And we are live. What is going on, everybody? Happy Wednesday. What's today's date? It is March 22nd. I cannot believe it has been 3 weeks since we last streamed, and 3 weeks or 4 weeks? 3 weeks, I think. I think this is the third. 1 week we skipped, 2 weeks. So yeah, 3 weeks. And yeah, it has been wild. For anybody that doesn't know, and I feel like most everyone here knows, but our son was born on March 5th. He wasn't due until the end of March is what the doctor said, and I went for a tooth extraction a few weeks ago, and Aaron called the doctor with some concerns, and we went to the hospital from the tooth extraction, and yeah, doctor said that her water had broken and that we were not leaving until the baby came. So we were in the hospital from that Thursday to the following Tuesday, and Jackson arrived on Sunday, March 5th, early in the morning at 12:15 in the morning. So it has been an eventful couple of weeks, but baby is doing awesome. He is eating like a champ. We just had our 2-week checkup, and the doctor said so he was born 7 pounds 21 inches, and which was wild considering that he was a few weeks early. And he lost some weight initially, and when we brought him in for the 2-week, he was 7 pounds and I think 10.5 ounces. So he said his weight's great. He's gained exactly the percentage that they want him to gain. So he's home free until the 2-month point, and then we have to bring him back in for, I think, some of the like baby shots or whatever that they do at the 2-month mark. But yeah, Aaron's doing awesome. I know I've had a lot of people asking about Erin. She's doing great. She was an absolute champion. She's home. She's been helping a ton. I went back to work at Lightburn last Thursday, so I took off from the Thursday we were taken into the hospital through last Thursday. I took off, and so I'm back working, and Aaron's been helping a ton with all of the night shifts, so that way I can try to get some sleep, because he's eating like every hour 20 or something like that. Like, he's just eating like a madman. So yeah, she's doing great. She's resting as much as she can, but she has been just absolutely awesome, and I'm super thankful for all of the help that she's been doing, so that way I can kind of get back into some of the work stuff. So yeah, that's what's going on here. Hope everyone's been doing great. I see Panzer's here, Luke's here, Digital Dragon, Eclipse, Jose, Thomas, Black Cat, Lisa's in the house. Hi, Lisa. Jose, Stuart, Mike, congrats to your little new extruder. Yes, we were warned multiple times about a baby boy and the peeing situation, and we have all experienced already in the last 2 weeks being marked. So, man, even when you think you're in the clear, you're not in the clear, but he's doing awesome, and yeah, we're super thankful considering that he was born early, that he came out so healthy and so big, because they had told us that he was probably coming out 4 or 5 pounds and that he would have to go to the NICU, and he came out 7 pounds and didn't have to go to the NICU for 1 second. He passed all tests with flying colors. The only thing that happened was we had to stay, because he's technically a preemie, we had to stay an extra day in the hospital after it all because he failed his car seat test. I guess, I don't know if it's like an Idaho state law thing or if it's a hospital thing or what, but as part of him being born early, they have to have him sit in the car seat for an entire hour and a half. And so the first day they said they put him in there and he just slumped, and his heart rate instantly shot up. So they said nope. And so the second day I made a joke with the nurses saying that I was playing like Rocky music all night long. He was training for his big day, and he aced it the next day, so we were able to go home. So, Steve, thank you for the 10-month memberships. Congrats again on the little one, and welcome back. Thank you. I missed everybody. It was super tough for me to take off the second week, but it was necessary to allow me to sort of get into the groove, get back into the groove of things slowly, and just spend some more time with Jackson. So, thank you for everybody that was understanding, and definitely missed everybody. It was weird going by Wednesdays without seeing everybody. My youngest was born a little over a month early and is now 17 and 6'3". Wow, that is a big, well, at 17, big man or daughter, man or woman. So I did a poll. So, okay, streaming stuff. Starting next Wednesday, we are going to be building the Voron 0.2 from a Cyborg kit. If you don't know, Cyborg is a a vendor that makes Voron kits, and they have a 0.2 kit that they sent over, and it's pretty rad. It's the full kit with everything. The board has like I have to look at the board type, but it doesn't require Raspberry Pi to run Clipper, which is sweet. It has all of the parts printed in ABS, and it's $200 less than the LDO kit, which is awesome. I love the LDO kits. They're amazing, but I am always interested also in alternative options for those that don't want to or aren't able to spend what one of those kits costs. So we were going to start it today, but it wasn't supposed to show up till today, and it showed up yesterday. But because I started the survey of what are we going to do in today's stream, we're going to start the ERCF today, and then take a break next week to start the build of the 0.2, and then we'll jump back into it after. So I just wanted to let everyone know. Yeah, Gemini Fly, that sounds right. It's not Big Tree Tech. Gemini Fly sounds right. It's pretty cool. It has CAN built into it. Quick update. The reason why this is here, the voting was between spending a day doing print and chill with this, the Mercury 1.1 and Hydra, or starting the ERCF. And it was a pretty close vote, but ERCF won. However, I spent a fair bit of downtime on this over the last couple of weeks here when I had moments, and so I wanted to update everyone because the last print and chill stream on this ended up being 3 hours of troubleshooting, and I figured out the issue right after the stream. So for everybody that was really like invested in helping with all the things we tried, I wanted to explain what it ended up being. So this guy right here, this little black corner bracket, is not part of the original Ender 5 frame. I added them because I didn't like the way the silver ones looked very much, and these just look nicer. However, the issue ended up being that, so you can see I haven't even removed the T-nut. There is a T-nut right here, or one of the, I can't even think of these. I call them all T-nuts, but they're like the drop-in ones with the spring ball. Someone tell me the official name. But anyways, I had one of them here and one on the front, and it was not causing issues with the belt skipping hammer nut. Thank you, Sem. 1 second. Also, let me turn off autofocus because it is not focusing on exactly what I want. Let's see. There we go. So I had them here as well and on this side. And when the clicky probe was going, because the clicky probe adds, let's just say 20 millimeters of additional height, there was no issues. There was tons of a space between this. However, when the clicky probe was docked and it was actually going to print, you lost that 20 millimeter gap between that corner bracket and this. And so during stream, we looked at it towards, I think halfway through the stream, I saw that, was like, that seems odd. However, motors didn't appear to be skipping. It was totally those. So after the stream, after trying all the things we tried, I removed them. And what I think was happening, because the deviation in the mesh was, I think, a tolerance of like 0.25, it wasn't moving very much, but it was moving enough to put some slight pressure on the linear rod. Nope, linear rod. No, what am I haven't been 3D printing linear rail. Jeez, I was like, I haven't been 3D printing as much, and I forgot what these are called. It was putting just enough pressure on these that it was completely borking the mesh when it was trying to correct for itself. So I, thank you, Delmar. I've forgotten everything. I'm blaming it on the little bit of lack of sleep and dad brain. So the second I removed these, I ran the mesh again and was able to print an entire, I just did a single layer square across the entire thing, and it was beautiful. Like, no dragging. I mean, maybe a hair of deviation. I think I posted the video or the picture of it in the live stream, but that made the biggest difference, and it's been working great since. And so I've done a few other things since then. I have, a little bit messy. So as part of the Mercury 1.1 build, there is typically a Y-axis limit switch right here that the linear rail just rides over. I know. So I actually, caffeine. I have a Starbucks double shot supports focus. I brushed my teeth before the stream because I didn't want my breath to smell bad for everybody, and I'm still trying to get rid of the toothpaste taste before I crack into that. But I absolutely need some caffeine. So yeah, I removed the limit switch here. So we're still rocking a limit switch on the X-axis, which you can kind of see. Yeah, you can see it, it's right here. But I removed it on the Y-axis. So we're using sensorless homing for the, Y-axis, which It was pretty simple. We don't have smell-o-vision mod. I know. I was joking. I honestly should have just let the morning breath roll. But it took me a little bit just because the two values you have to set up are, oh, what were the values? It's a range, a speed, so homing speed, and a sensitivity for the trinamic driver. And that took a little bit of time because originally what was happening was it would, the force of the belt would cause it to stop before it homed, or I had a couple times where it went over and just whacked on here. But I've tested it about 40 times and it seems really repeatable, which is awesome. So the only reason I got rid of that Y-axis wire is because I didn't like the two extra wires that were hanging down here. So we cleaned that up. For the X-axis, I'm leaving it because it's going with the toolhead wires, and I'm pretty excited. Delmar is the reason why I'm showing this. I wasn't going to, but Delmar and Luke were talking about CAN and stuff, and so this Saturday's video, I always seem to do sneak peeks, is on Canbus. So the Mercury 1.1 is officially running the EBB36 with the U2C. Hey, what's up, Mitchell? So yeah, the video this week will be sort of my thoughts. It goes over like Canbus, what is Canbus, why Canbus, and how to do the Canbus. I have G-Funny, I don't think is here right now, but G-Funny has been talking to me about Canbus since before Murph of last year, because at Murph last year, he brought me a Canbus toolhead and a USB board, and I said, I'm gonna install it in something. And I waited, we're now in March, so 9 months later, I finally dove into it, and wow, it kicked my ass. I think it took me the first time, I didn't exactly time it, in between baby runs back and forth and just other things, it probably took me between 4 to 6 hours to get it set up. And then once I figured out what the heck I was doing, I was able to repeat the entire process in under an hour, and it was pretty simple. The biggest issue I ran into are BigTreeTech's had a ton of revisions on both the U2C and the EBB. They have like the 1.0, 1.1, 1.2. On the U2C, there's 1.0, 1.1, 2.0, 2.1. And the instructions are different. Everything down to knowing when it's in DFU mode based off an LED, to the LED meaning nothing, to having to update firmware, to it's pre-flashed. So it took me forever. But once I figured it out, it's actually not that complicated, and the biggest issue is that the documentation is not great. I talked to Steve about this. Inconsistent homing result on Y due to temperature. Now back on the switch on Y. Interesting, Mike. I'll have to figure that out. I don't know if I'm going to. I don't know if I'm going to be enclosing this yet. Right now, it's definitely not going to be enclosed. But if that ends up happening, I could always revert back to the Y switch. But for now, knock on wood, it seems pretty consistent. But yeah, I talked to Steve because Steve, hey, what's up, Adam? Welcome. I talked to Steve earlier this week because he was going to be doing CAN on his Micron this last weekend, and he had shared with me a document that I had found towards the end of my 4 to 6 hours of frustration the night before, I think it was. And so yeah, there's a document in a GitHub that helps substantially, but the manufacturers just haven't done a great job of documenting the changes and the steps. Like, if you had never touched CAN and you were given, in this case, like the U2C PDF that BigTreeTech provides and the 1.2, which I don't even know if there was one. I think I'd use the 1.1 guide. There's no way you're getting from A to Z without lots of other research. So I definitely put a lot of the blame on the manufacturers, but I know that they're also struggling with just the different MCUs and juggling all that. But it's working great. It's awesome. The wiring looks really clean. It went from 12 wires down to 4 wires. And yeah, I couldn't be happier, but the process was rough, and hopefully this video will help some people kind of not have to go through that. So before we get into the ERCF, the last things I'm doing on here are cleaning up wiring. I'm installing LEDs on the top, so there will be LEDs for the build area. I'm replacing at least one of the lead screws. The front right one had a ton of wobble to it, if you remember from the stream 3 weeks ago. I ordered actually 3 new lead screws, and I might end up replacing all of them, but I'm definitely replacing that one. I have a CB1 compatible touchscreen for Clipper screen coming from BigTreeTech, and then I think that's it. So we're getting we're getting close. We're getting super, super close. It's working great right now. All the other stuff is just kind of add-ons, but that's kind of where we're at with everything. So, yeah. I had so many problems with MCU timeout in the latest can boot. Oh, snap. Steve, thank you very much for the 5 gifted memberships. I had so many problems with the MCU timeout, but the latest can boot and updating the E2C firmware, then fixed it now very stable. I will say that I, knock on wood, it's been very stable for the week I've been running it, which I know isn't exactly a huge sample size. But yeah, I'm running it at 500K, the baud rate for the Canbus as well as the firmware, and that seems to be working really well. Sweet dude, I'm looking forward to the video about Can. I have the same stuff. Oh, nice. Yeah, it's awesome. I really like Can. Again, I just think, man, if I wasn't so into 3D printing, there's no way I would want to have spent that 4 to 6 hours. And I could see a lot of people like starting it and throwing in the towel because of that. And so I really am hoping to kind of like tie up some of the loose ends for people and give them a better chance starting off with. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Blaming Big Tree Tech, not something I can get behind, of course. Thank you very much, Steve. All right, I'm gonna place this on the ground. Also, when I got rid of the those aluminum corner brackets that were causing issues, it also fixed me I didn't have to shim the corner of the printer anymore. It still has a 0.2 something deviation in the mesh when it creates a 5x5. Excuse me. But it's working great. And although it could probably be flatter if the frame was more rigid and more square, that combined with the tramming of the bed, the first layer looks awesome, and I'm really not worried about it. So I have to try the Canbus stuff. Yes. The build looks great. When I build mine, if it's half as good looking, I'll be happy. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. We've spent a lot of time on this. 0.2 isn't terrible when you have a mesh. So yeah, if you enclose this printer, I'd recommend adding a heatsink to the EBB MCU chip. Good to know. I do have a heatsink on the TMC 2209, but that's good to know. I did see in I dug deep when I was going over the Canbus stuff, and I saw someone in a thread somewhere mentioning overheating. So that's good to know. I also do plan on adding at least 1 or 2 fans to the DIN rails for the CB1. I have a heatsink on it, and I haven't had any overheating issues, but I know Luke mentioned on his, he did have some overheating issues, so add it to the chip as well. Do you mean the CB1, Scott? I cheated when doing Can the first time. Bought the EBB36 and E2C from Lab 44. Ah, nice. I will say, after all of my digging, Big Tree Tech does ship the U2C pre-flashed. The issue is that there's different versions, right? So depending on like the chip you're using, you might have to reflash it. And I cover in my video that apparently Big Tree Tech shipped out some version of the 2.0 or 2.1 that had a either corrupted firmware or bootloader, or just some issue with the bootloader. So I go through the process of putting it in DFE mode and reflashing it, which is an added step. You basically FTP a bin file to the root of your Pi and then run a command from terminal and it reflashes it. So yeah, you probably did well, Panzer. Hey, what's up, First Layer? Okay, so let's get going. We are gonna do our usual Polymaker giveaway. It's been 3 weeks, and we've got to give away a filament roll today, so we'll do that. The giveaway to that will open in 1 hour and 10 minutes, and then we'll draw that 30 minutes later, so like normal. The timeout problems is probably the reason why I saw the reflash recommended. So I wasn't sure if mine had issues, but I decided to reflash it because if mine did have issues and I was inexperienced, which I was inexperienced, I wanted to just rule that out. So I figured, hey, maybe my firmware is not bad, but maybe it is bad. It is a 2.1, and I see people talking about issues with it. So let's do a clean flash to make sure that that's not the issue. So, sorry, I can't enter to win. Why can't you enter to win? What cable? You can also flash with the STM flash software. Oh yeah. The STM. God, I don't know what it's called. Big Tree Tech had a video on it. It was actually confusing because they were showing 2 different versions of how you can flash it. One was putting it in a DFU mode and just using your computer, which with like STM32 Cube something it was called. but it was, I think that going via terminal and doing it with can boot and all that was the way to go. Hey, Eclipse, thank you for becoming a member. Welcome. Okay, let me answer a couple questions and then we'll get going on this. What cable did you use for your Canbus wiring? I got really lucky and I had no idea. Oh man, there's so much crap. Where are you? Oh. Jeez. I've got my switch wire enclosure on the ground here. I'm not installing the enclosure on the switch wire again. I'm gonna use it with the ERCF, and because I've got like the P1P enclosed and the V0s, and we're building a 2.4, so like I decided I'm leaving it open and I'm gonna be using it with the ERCF. So anyways, this is the wire that I used. When 3DO sent me the nozzle camera that we did a stream on like a month and a half ago, he sent some of this, and this is his, like, their Canbus wire that they made. And at the time I had no idea I was even going to be needing it, but this stuff's awesome. I know Fabrico resells it, but yeah, it's basically it's 220 gauge wires, which are your voltage and power, and then 226 gauge, which are for your can high, can low, which are obviously twisted. And then the coating on this is, it says FEP/silicone. So I use this. This is what I went with. I know that when I asked not long ago, somebody also recommended Chain Flex, but I think that Chain Flex, when I looked a little bit at it, was really damn expensive. So if you can get this 3DO stuff, I don't know if Fabrico had it in stock yet, but that's what I used, Luke, and it worked really, really well. Wait, does that mean you have 3 spools in the back? No, it's just single spool. Sorry. Do you have a desired height on your Mercury? Then I can try to draw an enclosure for it and throw it on Discord later. Oh wow, interesting. I know the Mercury team is working on some kind of enclosure, so I still wouldn't be against building one of your enclosures for even a different printer, but maybe we'll talk about it. I don't know exactly. I have to measure what the height would be and what the clearance would need to be for the Canbus wire, because the Canbus wire does stick directly up, which adds at least another 4 inches, 100 millimeters roughly. Let's see. Okay. Holy crap, Luke! Thank you very much for the 10 gifted memberships. Wow. I'm missing. Sorry, everyone. I'm missing. Yeah, 3DO can cable. Panzer got that right. This is why I ordered Duet expansion boards instead of different CAN bus. Yeah, I saw Duet also has CAN. I mentioned in the video that you need Clipper for CAN, but then I put in parentheses Duet also has the option for CAN, but I didn't want to dive down that because it's just such a different ecosystem. Man, there are a lot of new memberships. Lisa, I need to make the cable. I need to change one connector still. Oh, Lisa, are you doing your own CAN cables? I saw a guy online using just Ethernet cables for can high, can low that he twisted. I think they already come twisted in pairs. So you can definitely make your own. I don't know that Ethernet cable is actually recommended, but I know people have done the DIY route and they've worked quite well. So yeah, Dave got a membership, Marias, Red Giant, Scott got one, Beardface, Ray, Live with Will, Ron, Mr. Rogers, Jack. Wow, thank you very much, Luke. Fabrico's out of stock at the moment. I was thinking of going straight to 3DO. I will say that, hey, what's up, Dom? I will say that I love, Scott says soon 650 millimeters tall overall. Okay. Yeah, I want to hold out because I really want to see what they come out with. I don't have a lot of context as far as other CAN cables to sort of compare it to, but I will say that it's a really nice cable. If you can order it straight from 3DO, if Fabrico doesn't have an ETA or they're going to be a while, like I'm planning on using this for at least 2 more builds. I think this is probably, yeah, this is at least if I do like V0s or something like that. And if it were me, based off of my experience with this so far, again, I've only had it as long as nothing happens to it, but the process and having it all pre-sleeved and everything, the correct gauge, I would be buying this again. Like if I need CAN wire, 3DO, my brief interactions with 3DO is like that the owner of 3DO is really awesome and really cares about his products, and this is an awesome wire. So not sponsored, they did send it, but I there's no obligation. I really like the wire, it's awesome. Fabrico's sold out. I will order one. Okay, FYI, your stream elements page is still broken. I can ping and remind you after the stream. Stream elements page is still broken? What does that mean? Fabrico used 4 22-AUG PTFO wires with solid fork. Oh, interesting. Yeah, 22 is probably fine as well. 20 might be a little bit overkill. I guess it just depends on how much power you need at your toolhead. And also, I didn't know this until after researching CAN, but you can actually daisy chain CAN bus boards together. So if you were running some kind of funky setup, I don't know what setup like you would be okay with. I need to think a little bit more on this, but like if you wanted lots of CAN boards, you can daisy chain them. And so if you were doing that, I would imagine that's when the gauge of your wire is going to matter much more, but 22 for everything is probably fine as well. Hey, what's up, Adrian? Okay, so let's get going a little bit here. I'm super excited. So we are starting on the ERCF, and for anyone that doesn't know, which I think most do, it's not a project's been out for a while. A lot of people have covered it. Steve built one. Nero's done a full video on it and built one. But for anyone that doesn't know, ERCF stands for the Enraged Rabbit Carrot Feeder, which is just an absolutely epic name. And it is a multi-material unit. I primarily will be using it for the same materials for experimenting. I personally think that having different extruders, or like either an IDEX or dual extrusion or tool changer, is better for truly multi-extrusion. But I'm super excited for at least playing around with multicolor on this. And I will probably try a little bit of experimentation. But correct me if I'm wrong, anyone here that knows a little bit more about this, but basically ERCF is, it was made for Clipper. I don't know, I think I had seen at some point that maybe there's some form of software macros for RepRap firmware, but don't quote me on it. Primarily made for Clipper. It's not Voron, it's printer agnostic. So although it's in the Voron Discord and it seems to be heavily like associated with Voron in terms of like development on it, it's... Hey, inappropriate. Hey, first off, how's it going? Thank you for the $5 donation. Finally used my gift card from the 1,000 sub stream. Oh, nice. You had the Fabrico gift card or the Wham Bam gift card? So although it's in the Voron Discord, it's completely printer agnostic as long as the printer is running Clipper. So I am going to be installing it on the SwitchWire. That's at least the plan. But yeah, you can build a lot of different configurations of it. There's, man, how many toolhead versions are there? I'm doing, I think, the 9 filament options, which is the most I will ever need, but there's a 12, and I think there's a 6 as well. I know Fabrico, so I purchased this. This was not a sponsored, watch, let me show you guys this. So I purchased this from Fabrico last year, I think last April or May. So it's not a sponsored thing. Fabrico's awesome. I've said it many times that Fabrico does sponsor a lot of stuff, but this was my purchase. However, the kit that I purchased is no longer available. They have now the ERCF by FISEC. So what I show you, although I would imagine the BOM is going to be very similar since they're following, I would imagine, the official BOM. This isn't what I have in front of me. I think mine was a Fabrico branded or Honey Badger branded kit. But there's quite a few different options, again, depending on how many filaments you want, and wow, the price difference is negligible for additional filaments. I doubt I'll ever use 9. That seems wild to me. But we're building a 9. So there has been some updates since the beginning. The initial, G-Funny's in the house. What's up, G-Funny? I was talking about you, man. You'd be proud of me. I got Canbus up and running on the Mercury 1.1, and I was talking about me procrastinating on Canbus for 9 months now since we were first talking about it, and you gave me some of the like the H or the HUVID or H, I don't know how you say it, and the USB CAN adapter, but I finally got it up and running. It only took me like 4 to 6 hours in that range. So it looks like Baron, you got the gifted membership from G-Funny. Thank you, man. So yeah, I mean, we're gonna build this. So the difference is things have evolved. This manual hasn't been updated. I think I saw since documentation. It just says last year. But there's been quite a few updates. Scott brought them to my attention in chat where he posted it earlier. Oh no, he DM'd me, sorry. Scott, Edge of 3D sent me over that there is, or has been giving me information on it because I saw him using his ERCF at Murph, and he's been running his ERCF for quite a long time. And the difference we're doing, so we're gonna be following this build basically down to the T. However, there is a different like branch or a new setup for ERCF where we no longer are going to be doing the toolhead sensor. So once we get to this spot where it says toolhead sensor, we're no longer doing it. So we're going with the sensorless option. And then there is also a different firmware or software for it called the ERCF Software V3 Happy Hair, which Scott also, I had no idea about this. Scott sent it to me a few weeks ago when I was talking about the ERCF, and I last night was doing some late night research on this and saw this highly recommended in the Voron ERCF channel. So we are going to be going with this. So I'm excited. I think that although I had this kit before we moved last June, so it's again also been almost a year, I'm kind of glad that I waited because I feel like it's in a better place now. So I'm really excited. I'm on mobile, so I can't tag, but hey everyone, hope all is well. Did you make sure to use the Happy Hair branch? Delmar, what? It's about time. I know. No, what's the Happy Hair branch? I thought it was my understanding that the hardware was the exact same for the Happy Hair, and the only difference was going to be once we're doing macros and stuff like that. Is that wrong? I hope that's not wrong, because I printed all the parts out from the official ERCF last year, so I'm curious to see. Hopefully all my parts are still going to be usable. So click the master button. Where master. Which part of it? This set is really coming along. It looks great. Yeah, you talking about the ERCF? Inappropriate? Oh wow, this is definitely way out of focus. This is not what we want. Yeah, Delmar, I'm not sure what. Oh, you know what? Let's go autofocus. There we go. So that way I can just pull things out. Yeah, Scott made it sound like it was just software. So I'm planning on doing hardware based off of that manual that I found up until the toolhead portion, and then ignoring that and just moving forward, hopefully. So let's quickly go through everything that it came with. So unfortunately, you can't click master branch to no toolhead. What? Where am I missing, Delmar? User mods, filament sensor. Happy Hair's no toolhead. Oh, my backdrop. Thank you. I ordered a LED sign that's coming. I was planning on making one, but I found a really good deal on one. So I have an LED sign coming right here that I'm super excited about. Post a link in live streams. Okay, thank you, Delmar. Let's see. Okay, so this is what Delmar sent. Okay, so no toolhead sensor. Oh, sweet. Okay. Cool. So you're saying there's actual. So this probably removes that toolhead sensor portion from the manual completely then. Are we there yet? All right, let's remove this then really quick. And yeah, so this skips the toolhead sensor portion. I think the manual's updated for it. Okay, sweet. Well, yeah, we'll go with this then. This looks great. All right, so let's see what's in the box. So we've got the ERCF hardware kit, which has one other question I have right now. If Scott, I know Scott's here, if Steve's here too. How difficult is it for me to change the washers out of the gates if we just move forward right now and see how things go? Because I checked my little M3 washer here, and they're like all black coated ones, and they're all like, the thickness is pretty thick on them, like 0.7 plus on a lot of them. It's not hard? Okay, cool. Well, then that's great. I will just okay, we'll just move forward then, and if it causes problems, I'll swap it later, and maybe I'll order some. So this is nice. It's got everything laid out really nicely. Let's see, I've been looking at this hard. I have the kit, just need to print. Oh, nice. Okay. Maybe I'll convince you to move forward, Delmar. Where did you get that with printed parts? I printed the printed parts that are in here. So it has all of the different items that come in here, so really nice. This is similar to the setup that Fabrico had with the Mercury 1.1 hardware, which is nice. We've got all the printed parts, so I printed this to match the switch wire. So all the parts are printed out in Fusion. This is their green. I can't think of the green right now. It was called Rigid Green, which is based off of Rigid Ink's green, but it's beautiful. It reacts under, it's fluorescent or like UV reactant, which is awesome. And then this is their black. I can't remember what their black filament's called. It's been a while. I printed these before we moved. So these are like, at least I think I did. So yeah, no, it didn't come with the printed parts. My yesterday build has been the sitting collecting dust since last year. How come, Ed? Anyway, I need to get back to it. Have fun with the rest of the stream. Take care. Hey, thank you very much, Dee, for stopping by, and thank you very much for the gifted memberships. Yeah, I'm excited to get this going. Hope you have an awesome day. Started building my ERCF today, but one of the filament blocks broke. Now it's archived again. Okay, we got ERCF toolhead sensor set, which we won't be using. We've got our drag chain. We've got some clear Bowden tube. I just bought a ton of Bowden tube. I realized I didn't have enough, and you can never have too much. So we got this. I still need to figure out the buffer solution for the ERCF. Care patches didn't work great for me due to constant military orders in life. Oh yeah, I don't know that I don't know if there's anything you can do to change that. I was thinking maybe you were having some issues with the actual build itself, but life stuff is hard to. Regarding buffers, I saw this when I was looking through the Happy Hair, and I think they're using the Carrot, what is it, I think they're using Carrot patches, but they have it set up really nicely on this like aluminum extrusion box, which, I mean, this is a pretty, let's see, open image, new tab. This is a pretty big commitment, right? To have that on your wall above your printer. I don't have the ability to do that because of how often we're moving stuff, but it seems like a pretty cool setup, and just kind of easy to swap out each one as you need it. But yeah, this is a big commitment, so it'll be interesting to see that. Hector's kit comes with everything to make Carrot patch. Oh, that's cool. That's good to know. Oh yeah, here we go. So we got patch kits. So these are the parts for, I guess, each of the Carrot patches. I definitely have not printed out any of that stuff, so that will be something we'll do after. But we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah, 9 of them. So one for each. Yeah, that's a really clean setup. I saw that when I was scrolling through looking at the software stuff, like the changelog for it, and was like, ooh, that's pretty. We've got a couple of smooth rods. We've got a couple of, looks like threaded, oops, these don't look like lead screws. Maybe they are. Maybe these are baby lead screws. Super small rod. This is not a smooth rod. It's got a, this almost looks like a motor shaft. It's got a flat side to it. So something tells me this is what set screws are going to be attaching to turn everything. We've got some stickers. We've got an adorable, freaking adorable little motors. This is, what is this guy? NEMA 35? Little NEMA 35. And we've got, this looks like a regular NEMA 17. Oh, so this must be 35 milliliters, 35H, 35 height? I don't know, small motor with the Honey Badger and the ERCF logo. And then this is a kind of pancake style NEMA 17 motor. Oh, that's your drive shaft that goes through the feed. Okay, that makes sense. we've got our ERCF Easy Board. So hopefully we can still use this without the tool head. And this looks like a wireless connection to me, like an ESP32. But I don't know that that's what that is. It sure as hell looks a lot like an ESP32. Does anyone know? I don't know what that chip is. Let's see. UART analog digital. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure on that one. Not wireless, uses USB. Okay, so maybe that's just the USB board that's needed then to use USB on this. Yeah, because the USB, it looks like the USB-C doesn't go directly into the board. It goes into this chip, which then goes into the board. So that must be what it is. And then we've got our toolhead board, which I don't think we'll be using. If anyone has suggestions on what I can use for a Canbus cable, please tell me. It depends. I think it depends if Arduino. Okay. No, that uses USB. Isn't that Arduino? Interesting. Okay. Arduino. Here's the. What's up, John? Everyone say hi, tripods. How's it going, man? Yeah, just you know, figuring out 3D printing and diaper changing, man. That's my new. That's the new me. I will say, hold on, let me get a little quick sip of this. We're gonna start building in like 2 seconds here. So, funny story, not really funny, maybe funny. One of my earliest mistakes as a dad was with diaper changing, and it was, I purchased a huge box of diapers that said #1 on them. And the box said, I think they were Huggies is the brand, right? The box said up to 14 pounds. So I see the box, I don't know diapers, and I'm like, cool, this is for babies up to 14 pounds. Awesome, that's my baby. So we buy the diapers, and we're using them for the first few days, and I cannot figure out for the life of me why my son is getting pee everywhere, right? Like, I'm like, he's got a diaper on, I'm doing the thing right, the straps are nice and tight. And then after a couple days of that, Aaron's putting away some of the stuff we got from the hospital, and they sent us home with Huggies. And these Huggies had the letter N on them for newborn. And instantly I held them up side by side and was like, ah. So in my defense, the Huggies were not very clear. It says up to 14 pounds. What it should say is like 10 to 14 pounds because the newborn ones are up to 10 pounds. So once I switched that out, we've had way less issues. But that was something that I'm like, I didn't know that new. So yeah, it's diaper changes are an adventure. Yes. Yeah, that kid, I don't know how something so small can have so much pressure in their stomach. I won't go into details, but it is wild. But yeah, he's awesome. So the mom might have gotten a few more grays. Gray, yeah. Luckily, like the blonde hair kind of hides it, but my beard's darker, so when you see a gray pop out, you really see it. So a newborn for 10 GBP. What? Box parts prints energy. Let him be free. Oh God, gosh. Yeah, it's been wild. It's been fun. So it's been 2.5 weeks now, and I told Aaron like the weeks have been long, but I also like I couldn't imagine us like not having him. Like it feels like such part of the program now. But yeah, it's been a very long 2.5 weeks, I think, when I feel like how much I've learned and realized that I don't know. The YouTube videos only got me so far. Like some of it, it's just trial by fire. You've just gotta, you know, baby's freaking out, you just kind of gotta wing it. So, so a couple nieces and nephews skip newborn sizes. Yeah, I can parse diaper sizes, but can't build a printer. We should keep those bigger ones for the next couple months. Yeah, no, we're keeping the 1-year-old ones, absolutely. But yeah, we've downsized to the newborn, and it's been so much. Like one, it doesn't look like he's got this like massive, you know, thing on, and two, it's actually holding to his thighs. So, you know, the more you know. So let's get started here with the assembly. Why don't we see if we can get? I want to make a little bit of progress today because again, next week we're starting the 0.2 build, and I don't want this to go on forever. I do want to get the ERCF going. So let's see. Project aims to bring multi-material capabilities to 3D printers using a single direct drive toolhead. While this project is mainly, oh, okay, so this answers what I said earlier. Mainly dedicated to be used on Voron printers, it can be used or adopted to any 3D printer that runs Clipper and potentially rep firmware. So I was pretty much right. The system requires a toolhead to be equipped with a Bowden coupler, which I don't have. So that makes me wonder if I'm going to have to print out. How does that work? Does anyone know with a stealth burner? Can I somehow force a threaded coupler into that, or am I going to have to do something different? Because I'm looking at it right now. There's definitely no. I don't think that would grip a Bowden tube. As a forever uncle, I did not know about diapers. Yeah. Is the baby concerned? Is the baby concerned by the current situation on the financial market? Is the baby concerned? No, I don't think so. There's a stealth burner revision that uses a coupler. Okay, man, I'm a little bit bummed though about having to tear down the stealth burner because of the fact that it's got like the nozzle cam and all this stuff routed through it. So it is what it is. I guess we'll have to do that, but that's good to know. So I will need to. It almost makes me want to throw it on the Mercury then, because the Mercury 1.1 in the orbiter has the coupler on the top. We'll see. We'll see. The color scheme goes with the switch wire. So this is to retain the bone clip. There's no need for any form of filament sensor in the toolhead. So this is again the updated one. Thank you, Delmar. Find all the project information here. The project is composed of 3 components. We have the carrot feeder itself. It allows you to use a high number of different filaments. Up to 9 tools so far. Okay, 9. I thought you can go more than that. One at a time to the print. The ERCF gear motion, what is used to push, is based on the Voron design M4 extruder. The carrot patch is a light spool holder and buffer combo, which is basically what we looked at a moment ago. This I don't know too much about. The King Seat. The King Seat is a pellet purge system to remove the need for a wipe tower and makes faster filament purges. This is system. Okay, so it's only for a V2. It was inspired by the MMU2 and the SMUF. I haven't heard of that. Acknowledgements. Voron dev team. Benoit. Dustin. Hey, we know Dustin. Kangarufu and Han Baguette. I like that name. Okay, so just like with the regular Voron stuff, you've got your primary color times how many parts, and then you've got accent colors, and then certain ones are going to be quantity based off of the number of tool heads. So I'm hoping I did everything correct. I think that the recommendations as far as printing are also near identical to Voron parts. So 0.2 layer height, 0.4 extrusion width, 40% infill, 4 walls, 5 top and solid, no supports. Final thoughts. I did print this out, I think. I hope I did. Calibration tool, I'm almost positive I did. So make sure you can fit the different hardware in the dedicated slots. Yep, I did do that. Heat set inserts. Here's a list of all the pages where you need those. Awesome. Cool, so yeah, we're gonna start with this, which is the filament blocks. Hey, what's up, Make? Hello, Danny Daniel. Hi, how's it going? Let's see. It's in the ERCF user mod, posted the link. Thank you, Domar. It's the clockwork 2-part, so the faceplate won't change. Okay, good to know. Maybe you need a newborn coupler. I might need to pick up one of those shirts. They look pretty cool. Which shirt? The one I'm wearing right now, or the Modbot ones? Ironically, this is so funny. It's not that funny. I don't know why, but so this company is actually called Into the AM, and they sponsored a YouTube video like, I don't know, 6 months ago or so, and I like their shirts so much that I buy them now. Like outside of the sponsorship, like they are probably my favorite shirts. They come pre-shrunk. I have kind of like a lanky build, and so usually the size shirts I get are either too wide or too long, and these come pre-shrunk, they fit well, the necks aren't super loose. I'm really picky with shirts. Even if they're plain shirts, it's less the design for me and more the actual fit that I don't like feeling constrained. But yeah, I've been getting their shirts, so I just got 3 more. They also have, if like anyone that doesn't like patterns and stuff, they sell plain shirts as well that are less expensive and the same kind of fabric. I don't even know if you're talking about this shirt, whether you're talking about the Modbot merch, but I like this shirt. So if that is what you're talking about, now you know. ERCF requires a filament sensor. No, it doesn't anymore, CNC Maker. You can, but it's my understanding that it works really well without the filament sensor. And I think from my reading last night, the only real benefit is if you're planning on using TPUs. That's what I read somewhere in the forums. And I don't plan on using TPU with this. Multi-extruding TPU doesn't sound very fun to me, and if I'm going to be doing it, I'm using independent tool heads. So yeah, without a Bowden coupler, it will just pop on the tool head when sensing. Okay, that makes sense. Shadow, thank you very much for becoming a member. I just want to pop in and say hello. Hey, Erin. Hi. She's watching with Jackson from the couch. I always have trouble finding shirts that are long for my body. It's fun. Yeah, I highly recommend these Elefox. No longer sponsored by them. Absolutely love them. Ask Erin. I got a coupon the other day in the mail, or no, on the email from them because I'm on their newsletter after the whole sponsorship, and was like, yes, I'm buying more of them. So I would recommend signing up. I don't have like an affiliate code and like that, but I dig their t-shirts. So hey, BBs, thank you for becoming a member. Oh, Matt, thank you for gifting the membership. That seems like unreasonable. Cool, that seemed like an unreasonable design flaw. Yep. I think not having the sensor will make it a much simpler process, which I am all about simplicity when I can be. Okay, so filament blocks. Let's see, what do we need for this? Filament blocks, so every 3 there's a bearing insert and a filament block. Sounds great. Magnet orientation. Install the magnets with the same polarity for all filament blocks. Polarity for the front magnet does not matter. Okay, so let's get out these parts. Let's go side cam. So the main block bodies. Hey, Zombie's in the house. new baby who this? What's going on, buddy? I'd love to see the ME2 AST ERCF mod reusing Prusa parts. Yeah, man, I had been close to buying the MMU2 S for a really long time, but the feedback I've seen on it was overwhelmingly negative compared to positive. Like, it seems to me there's a few MMU2S whisperers out there that have just somehow either the magic touch or I don't know, just spent a lot of time calibrating it. But a lot of what I've seen is people buying them and just having them sit, and so I never ended up doing it. And then I saw this, and I liked the idea of this much more, being that, again, I feel like this is much more printer agnostic, and that it's customizable. Like, you can expand on it. While I think the MMU2S is 5, not that I'll likely ever use more than that, but still. All right, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think I printed out extras on a couple because I know myself, and printing the exact amount of anything is usually, yep, I know myself. There's 10. Did I print out any more? Okay, so we got one extra one. Let me move this a little bit. Let me get this so you guys can see. Hey, David, thank you very much, man. Whoa, let's move this. I think that's probably a good distance. I can move you guys closer if needed, but I want you to be able to see all the things. Yeah, Erin's doing awesome. Based off what the doctor said when we were at the hospital, I thought she was gonna be, down for the count for a while. But no, she once we got home, was doing stuff pretty quickly, and now she's, doing all sorts of things. I'm still stuck using M600. M600 is what the filament pause, right? For filament change command. Okay. So, use the different numbering plates to easily identify the ERCF tools. So I didn't do multicolor, I don't think, on any of these parts. So, should I just dump this? Let's dump this. I hope I even printed out the numbering plates. I think I did. Yeah, I did. Hopefully it's not too difficult to remove these numbers later on, because what I'll likely end up doing is reprinting them in dual color. I don't know why I didn't do dual color initially. Hey, what's up, Quinn? Missed watching your stream. Glad you enjoyed the baby time. It's nice to see your streams. Yeah, I missed all of you guys too. You can ask Erin. The second week was it was definitely a little bit tougher for me than the first week. First week I was like, yeah, there's so much going on here, and but yeah, it was needed just to spend some more time with both Erin and Jackson and just get back in the groove of things. I went back to work on Thursday, I work from here, but I went back to work, and so having the day off before, just to sort of get things prepped was really nice. But yeah, I missed everybody, man. My Wednesdays was like, what am I doing? I'm not streaming. Let's see. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're missing 2 more. There's a number 8. And here is number 0. Oh. I wasn't expecting a 0. Okay, I guess we're starting with 0 then. Let's see. At 9:30 Eastern time tonight, the live stream for the 85% 3D printer. Oh, that's cool. I use it regularly, but it's so time consuming. Part 3. I'm waiting for the day when Jackson is helping Daddy on stream. Yeah. I did show him the Mercury build the other night when I was working on Canbus. I wanted Aaron, let me turn all these. I wanted Aaron to try to get a little bit of sleep, so I was like, I'll watch him for a little bit. And he was in here primarily just sleeping until he wasn't. And then I just showed him the printer like homing. Let me get you guys a little bit closer. It feels a little bit far out. Yeah, that'd be funny. Put a GoPro on him. So you got baby vision. Right now, it'll just look a lot like a bobblehead. I have him like, I try to sit him up on my lap with his head like on my knees facing towards me, and his head will sit for a second, and then he'll just like kind of throw his body to the side. I'm like, what are you doing, little man? Oh, he's screaming. Okay, so let's go ahead and install the numbers first. So hopefully these will just slide up. Yep. So just like that. I mean, it's not that hard to read them. I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal if I do multicolor, but I might just for a little bit of added look. But for now, let's just install what we've got. All right, number 1. I'll do these really quick, so I'll take a second. I don't know if I want the auto focus on for you guys. Sorry, I know I'm probably being a little nitpicky and bugging me a little bit. My Ender 5 Plus is currently in pieces, serving as an enclosure for the MK3S. Oh no. Is it because you're doing the build on it? That's what Jackson started at stream. He touched he touched his toy. I am excited to print out some like toys and stuff when he's old enough. I know when I was a kid, my brother and I, we really liked like Hot Wheels and like just building stuff. So like Hot Wheel, Lego, we would build little like parking garages out of Jenga blocks. And like, man, if I had 3D printing, the amount of custom ramps and blocks and garages I would make. So I'm pretty excited for that. If he's into any of that stuff, we'll see. But if he's into that, I will absolutely be making him all the custom garages. I've considered doing the Mercury with Hydra, but I might design my own system. Your entire own system or your Hydra own system? Hydra's officially out of beta. They posted that over the weekend, I think, which is exciting. I really like the Hydra system. I would say if I had a complaint, it would be that it's costly. But that's not on the Hydra system. It's just the reality of, you know, getting the motors and the linear rails and the lead screws and if the thicker bed for it. I don't think there's really much way around it though. And you can go cheaper, I'm sure, if you really source inexpensive linear rails and get a lot of stuff from AliExpress. And I think that, I haven't looked at the price, but I would imagine that the 5-sec bed is definitely probably cheaper than the one from Fabrico. I don't know that it's as thick or as nice, but you could probably cut down cost a little bit. But that would be, I think, the base Mercury 1.1 conversion isn't bad at all price-wise compared to the Hydra. Yeah, that's super cool. The Hydra step file is now public, so that's also cool. If you did want to, use the Hydra system but kind of modify it a little bit, you could do that now pretty easily. Just got another workbench. Unsure how I'm going to arrange the garage to fit it. I don't know how many square feet is your garage, Tripods? So I feel like you have so much stuff in there, and like large machines too. Oh man, this one is tight. There we go. All right, number 7, and last one is number 8. Alrighty, all of our everything's open. Is that Lisa? LH, I think that's Lisa. It only gives me first and last name. LH, thank you very much for the t-shirt purchase. I'm gonna make it a goal. Let's see, we're in March right now. I'm gonna try to come out with a summer design. I had plans for a winter design, which was like the robot on a snowboard or a ski slope. It just didn't happen. The person that I have contact with that was doing some of the graphic work was out of the country, and then life just happened. But I'm gonna try to do a okay, 20 by 20. That's the exact same size as our. I think that's, yeah, the exact same size as our garage. It fills up quickly with big stuff, man. And I know you got the plasma cutter. I saw you got the CNC machine in. I know that you can put up a bunch of your diodes on the wall like you do, but still with 3D printers. And did you get a CO2 in? I feel like you did. And you've got Galvo? I don't know, man. Lisa, yeah. Oh, Lisa says yes, that's me. Thank you very much, Lisa. Which one did you go with? The spool bus or a different one? Zombie says, I wear your merch instead of designing my own. It makes me happy every time I pop on your stream, Zombie, and I'm like, he's wearing a Modbot shirt. I always show Aaron. I'm like, look, it's so cool. Okay, so we got the numbers in. Let's also install the Bowden cullets into all of them. It looks like they just pressure fit in. Kind of looks like it. Okay, let's CO2 is next. That is what the workbench is for. Nice. That's awesome. I know, well, Xtool is coming out with a CO2 laser, and I know you've done a lot of videos on their printers, or not printers, their printers, their lasers, so I wonder if that's what you're doing. They reached out to me, and I said I would test out the CO2, but I don't know. We'll see. It's like there was something happening. You know? It's like there was Lisa. Modbot Army, nice. Yeah, I saw, I didn't know that Zombie got one of the Modbot Army ones too the other day, and I think I need to get one. They're really nice. Hey Kenneth, YouTube notification is not working again. Oh, well, you're here now. Okay, so these look like they are. These look like they're the parts that we need to go in. These are different. Oh, great. Of course, I gotta manually focus it in. So it looks like these are the collets. It says they're ECA SO4 collets. I haven't used these before, but it looks like they are just pressure fit into place. So we'll just push them into place, see how it goes. It looks like they just go in. Yeah, I don't see any obvious orientation. Oh, that was a pretty tight fit. When it comes to desk and benches, tripods, garage, you need to get consulting from Edge of Desk. Yeah, these just squish into place quite well, actually. And then I don't know if I should be putting these in, or oops, shoot. I don't know if I should be putting the blue caps in yet or not, but let's see. No? Is this, do I shove this in? I don't think I do. Did I goof? Am I supposed to install these first? Let me see here. Sure doesn't look like it. Yeah, I've done all the Xtool products. It isn't the Xtool CO2. Wasn't contacted for the first one. Okay, gotcha. Wait, so you push the blue through? That is really tight. I am scared. I mean, I have an extra block, so we can totally break one. Oh my God, yep. Oh shoot, don't break. Hold on. Oh, I broke it. It broke. That's why we have an extra block. Wow, all right, we'll show you guys. Hold on.
Clinking glasses. Smiley face.
Nice. Thank you very much for the 20 euros. Congrats to you both. Thank you, man. Thank you very much. That's funny. The first one broke. It just, snapped right there. Should have used a hammer. So that's right though, you're saying it just pushes in like that? You might want to do them in 2 passes. Press the blue top into the bottom and then press it. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Let's see if I can get this one out. That is a very tight. Let's see, do we have a flathead I can use? Thank you, Nice. Thank you very much, man. All right, let's pop these blues out. I'm gonna need a flatter. Hey, Zombie, thank you very much for the banana. So we can get this part out. I need a very, very thin flathead. This will work. Yeah, that is. Oh, great. Now the bottom popped out of this. Oh, yeah. Hey, Jay, got a baseball hat. Thank you very much for the support. I hope you like the hat. Okay, so let's be careful. I'm glad I printed an extra block. If you told me that I was gonna break something that quick, I would have said probably not. That's funny though. Let's see if we can get the number out. Okay, there we go. Okay, so our new plan of attack is, this is a bad block. Sorry, block. Let's get everything pushed in off of the blocks so that way the blocks aren't taking that brute force. Whew, I'm already sweating. I need a nice hat for the summer. Oh, sweet. Let me know. Tag me when you get it, please, Panzer. My brother got, I think my brother got the camo one with the black and white patch, and he loves it. Hey, what's up, Dutch? Hi, Dad. What's up, man? Hey, Paul. I had to give my banana to Steve instead last week. Sorry. Hey, if there's anybody else out there, Steve's the one. So no worries. I understand. Those are the same callouts as what came with my V0 kit. I decided that I would make a tool to assist with inserting them if I ever do any more. Oh, jeez. Yeah, that was much tighter than I anticipated for. 1 second, let me change. Let's go back to our usual 8-bit. I'm gonna see if I can power install these really quick. So yeah, that was not fun. So I'm wondering if the best way of doing this is placing blue down like that, and then placing this on top of it like that, and then, yep, that'll work. Yeah, I 100% would say install the blue, these little blue, God, retention parts outside. That is, I almost think that should be in the instruction, unless they're not all this hard, but that is a lot of pressure it takes to pop those into place. Hey there, it's a dad of 7 here. Wow. It's going good. Man, dad of 7. You are you're a legend. Good, just learning baby stuff. But yeah, doing really good. I think I mean, the nurses told us, right, that like we would learn a routine or we'd get into a routine, and then the second we were, hold on a second here. The second we were comfortable with that routine, things would change, and we've already seen that happen. The first week we fell into a really good groove with like feeding every 3 hours, and then the next week he decided, nope, I want to eat every hour and 15 minutes. So that kind of destroyed us. Also, he had excuse me, he had like cluster feeding where he just wanted to eat like back to back to back to back one night in the middle of the night, and that was wild. I don't think either Aaron or me were ready, because we kind of we have like a checklist, right? So when baby's sad, it's, is he hungry? No. Is his diaper dirty? No. Does he need to be burped? No. Does he just want to be held? Maybe. So we went through like our list and kept going back to, is he hungry? And then it kept being, oh wow, he's hungry, but he just had all of this You just had all this, oh my God. I haven't had a weekend for myself a whole month. Oh, I think I missed, whatever that was. And some of these are a little bit easier than others. I definitely think that, I wish I had the slab we usually build on, because it would probably help to push versus this kind of softer wood. Oh, crap. Hey, Zombie, are you up and printing with your ERCF? Because I know you were building one at one point. At least I think you were. I feel like I remember you talking about building one. I'm sorry, thumbs. Yeah, some of these go in and other ones are just brutal. Ah, like thumbs, poor thumb. I should probably, a vise probably would help. If somewhere in the garage. Honestly, even like anything would help. I should probably just be pushing down with, I've got an old Western Digital 1 terabyte hard drive here. Even that will probably help. Yeah, that worked. This is an old hard drive I pulled from a computer that I think I meant to scrap, but I wanted to wipe it first, so we'll use it. I might consider the Ender. Oh, what is this going on, you said? This is planning on going on the switch wire, mostly because the colors are the switch wire colors, but yeah, just use a hard drive. On par with the suit. Yeah, I'm big on using what you got right in front of you in that moment. Oh gosh. Yeah, but for the switch wire, it's going to require me printing out the Clockwork 2 that has like a Bowden fitting on the top of it, and I'll probably still end up doing it, but it could just sit on the back of the Mercury 1.1 as well. So we'll see. But I'm thinking switch wire. Yeah, this is much easier. Don't use your thumbs. You just need a 1 terabyte is the perfect hard drive size for doing this. All right, that was easy. Okay. All right, we're 1 block down. We cannot break any more blocks. Okay, that is the rule. So. Let's just shove these in. Well, I didn't like that crunchy sound, but I think that's fine. You gotta be kidding me, man. I think this part already broke. Oh! Welcome back. I don't know. These parts are old. Like, I printed them out probably a year ago. And I'll just show you guys. Watch this. I'll go as close up as I can. You see that right there? I heard a crunchy sound when I pushed it in, and it split that little part right there. I'm almost tempted to say that. I'm almost tempted to say, oh, we try something else and do this after. I might. I don't even know if I have more of this black ABS anywhere. I have to search through everything. Let's install the rest and see if any other ones crack. The next one cracked too. Nope. This isn't happening. Oh, Panzer said this is exactly what happened to yours. Yeah, look at the second one did the exact same thing. Look at that. The exact same spot. So let's figure out something else. That's a bummer. So I'm gonna probably end up reprinting all of those blocks. I'll likely just throw a batch on like the P1P or something like that, and then have them done. Next week we're starting. These are actually the fusion filament. This is all fusion filament. Yeah, I will absolutely. I don't know what I printed these at. I think they were all printed on the switch wire when we first moved here. but I don't know what the profile, I don't know the profile at this point. So I'm gonna be reprinting all these. So here's what we can do today. We're an hour and 14 minutes in. So we have two things we can do. One is we can just hang out and print something on the Mercury 1.1. Or two, the Snapmaker J1 IDEX printer showed up like 45 minutes before the stream started. It wasn't supposed to show up until tomorrow, and I wasn't gonna do a stream of it. But if you guys want to, we can unbox it and like get an IDEX print started. So it's either we can print on the Mercury 1.1 or we can unbox the J1 in a minute here. I had to print these holders at 270. Oh wow, okay. Good to know. Yeah. I don't think I'll reprint everything. Hopefully some of these are fine. I don't know, we'll see. Well, the good news is if I do reprint out a lot of these parts, I could do a different color that makes it go with like the Mercury 1.1 or something like that. But it's a little disheartening that the first parts we shoved parts into broke. Okay, unbox. Yeah, I'm super interested in the IDEX. I'm planning on using it for video combining two different materials, so let's do that. Let me clean up though. Sorry everybody for the, granted this isn't what I wanted either as far as progress today, but hey, at least now I know that I need to reprint a fair amount of these parts. What a bummer. But that being said, as much of a bummer as it is, I'm glad that it happened right at the beginning versus us getting like quite far into it and then realizing there was issues. At least now I know from the beginning, hey, there's some problems. So I don't know if I'll reprint all the parts. Maybe the profile I had just wasn't good. Again, when I printed these parts out, but we'll go much hotter and we'll go slower since these are all functional parts. And I'll probably keep this bag as spare parts just in case something happens with the new parts. That way we've got something, you know, just in case. So maybe reprint Polymaker PC. No, I'm gonna stick with. I've got still a ton of Polymaker ABS and ASA from the. I don't know. Was it the 100,000 subscriber stream or I think it was the 1 year anniversary stream is when this showed up. Zombie might remember. Okay, ERCF stuff's all back in the bag. Hey, at least we got it unboxed. This is the first time I've unboxed the ERCF stuff since the stuff came in. But yeah, well, this is like my life in the hobby. We weren't. Oh no. Things go wrong all the time. I don't care if you've been printing for, you know, like a week or years. Like things happen. And I did print out that little test block initially and made sure that things fit correctly. So yeah, I don't know. Again, I'm assuming that it probably was just I must have printed too cold. Those things do fit in really tight though, right? And the pressure, because you're pressing inward, it's applying that pressure outward, and it's going like it's failing on the layer lines, which makes sense. That would be the weakest point. So I can't say I'm super surprised. I didn't know that it was going to require that much pressure to install them. So now that I know that, again, we'll have to print hotter, slower, and yeah, it'll be okay. I had issues last night on my stream with my stuff. Yeah, I could use more printer food. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll open the giveaway up in 12 minutes. So let me go grab that big box and then, God, we'll lug it in here and then we'll get going. I'm really excited for this. I've got some very fun videos planned for an IDEX. And I have the Sovo SV04, but it's not all metal and I want to do some sort of engineer testing stuff. So building trad rack here. My game plan is, this shows that you do things truly live and makes the rest of us feel better, and this happens even to experienced creators. This is why I always enjoy your streams. Hey, I want to say, hold on, popping my face out again here. One of the reasons and the big incentive for me to do the live streams was that I've had quite a few people reach out in comments that were frustrated, that were like, man, it sucks, like your prints always look so nice, and like your printer, like, you know, in the edited videos, right? And it got me thinking, like, man, although I talk about some of my failures on the videos, like, I don't feel like it's painting the full picture. And I want people to understand, like, I screw up all the time. Like, it's the edited video, I don't spend more time focusing on the screw-ups because it's usually a small detour in the grand scheme of it all. But it was a big incentive for me was to show other people that like failing is part of it. Like some of the best lessons I've learned in electronics or in 3D printing have been from just absolutely doing things incorrectly, running into issues. And it's not about, it's like the process of troubleshooting and finding the resolution to the issue. Like it's such a rewarding feeling to me. And it's fun being able, I was tagged by Denise on Twitter the other day because she said my stream helped a ton with her V0.1 build because she ran into some of the issues I had as well. So I really enjoy showing, it's frustrating at times for me, don't get me wrong, like when I'm live and something goes wrong and I'm trying to figure it out and there's like, I'm just, like my scatterbrain all over the place, chat's having suggestions, like it can be super frustrating, but it's also really rewarding and I enjoy showing that side of things just because it happens, everyone screws up. So yeah, thank you for that. I appreciate the comment because again, it's part of why I want to do it is to show others that, hey, we all screw up and it happens, it's part of it all. All right, we're gonna unbox this big printer. Yeah, did you see I broke the first part? Yeah, classic. Let me rip off the address from here, or let me just, 1 second. Okay. All right, wish us luck. Thank you. Oh my God. On your gut. Team lift. Oh. All right, guys. My back's fine. No, it's already done. Thank you. I won't. He said, do I need help? It's too late. All right, let's do it. Yeah, absolutely. Failing is awesome. We don't fail, we just find a way that does not work. Exactly. I always try to tell myself that like the positive of, like at least now, I always say, at least now I know what doesn't work, right? Like that's my sort of positive outlook on it. So it was the same thing like this last week with me diving into Canbus for the first time. I had done a tiny bit of research before, but a lot of it was just like anything, is the process of elimination. Here's what I think I need to do. Let's make a list of the things I've tried. Nope, those didn't work. Let's keep trying until we get a step in the right direction. Okay, cool, that worked. And then, you know, you charge forward. A lot of the goals with the videos for me is like trying to help, trying to take a lot of that charging forward away from others having to do quite so much of it and make it where at least there's some shortcuts or cheat codes in it. So that way you've got a little bit of an easier time. It's really much of what I try to do on the channel. Jeez. Lift with your back, not your legs. Yeah, wait, lift with your back? That's not right. You're supposed to lift with your legs. I have a pretty bad back from, we've talked about it, but I was in some really bad car wrecks when I was younger. This is the, no, this is the right. Oh. All right. This is 2 streams in a row where the title and thumbnail are false for the thing we end up doing. Last week's was print and chill, and we did no such thing. And this is ERCF gone J1. Shoot, maybe I'll reprint out the ERCF parts on here. I think it's fully enclosed. I think it's maybe top's not actually. I don't know. Okay. Instructions are step 1. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, there's no space in here. Okay. All right, so step 1 is that. Step 2 is take things out of the side. I'm so happy you're doing the Canbus. I've been struggling just to a point of needing to do firmware. Oh, sweet, Lisa, yeah. Hopefully it'll help a ton. You'll have to let me know, obviously, once the video goes out this week. Oh, come on. It's like, what am I doing wrong? Box. Awful sound. Hopefully the filtered that. So, box of things we'll put on the ground for a second. Take off this from the side. Just throwing it over there for now. take off another foam piece on the side. Oop. Take off this. Okay, so let me turn it towards you guys. Bam. So there's how it looks. Oh, top is total. So this thing, yeah, this thing's gonna be fully enclosed. So we'll definitely print out the ERCF parts on here and see how it does. Step 3 says to pull these off. Oh, jeez, that didn't sound good. Why? Okay, because it wants us to take this off completely. All right. Printer makes fart sound? Did it? It wasn't me. I didn't fart. I would have claimed it. All right. Okay, so lid comes off. Cool. Nice. There's LEDs on the inside. When I saw Snapmaker show off this printer, I was kind of like shocked just because it's so not how Snapmaker is totally done, like their 3-in-1 machines, and it looked really good. I was very surprised. Very surprised. Okay, it says there's a, what? Oh, I think I already got the foam out. Okay, so last thing is just lift it. Please don't be super, oh, it's not too bad. Okay, all right, 1, 2, and 3. Oh, come on, foam. Okay. Leave! Leave! Foam is really tight. Struggling over here. The design looks bad for such a big print volume. I was looking at the big one a couple days ago. Okay, I'm just gonna tilt it on its side and snap the foam, maybe. It's just so freaking tight. Why? Get off. Okay. Whew. Whew. Okay. All right. Let me throw this way over there. Throw this way over there. Okay. That was easy. Okay. All right. It's out of the box, guys. Whew. Yeah, that was rough. It's not super heavy. Like, I would say it probably weighs 40 pounds, 30 to 40 pounds. Yeah, it wouldn't have been hard if the foam wasn't just so stuck. Okay, so let's move this to the side for a sec. Also, I'm gonna open the giveaway 3 minutes early so I don't forget. And we'll do our drawing in 33 minutes then. Second, guys. Where is my? Here we go. Send. Definitely working up a sweat now. Okay, so we are doing a spool giveaway, global shipping, Polymaker filament. All you gotta do is fill out the form in the chat, and it's pinned. It'll be pinned in a second, and we'll do the live drawing in 32 minutes. Hey, Steve. You have a oh, nice Tridex, sweet. Hey, Nuno. I wonder how loud this thing will be. It looks more proprietary crap, so not fine. Yeah, I'm sure it's proprietary. I'm sure that it is proprietary. So we'll see. Regardless of whether it's proprietary or not, if it's a good IDEX printer, there's not a lot of options out there that aren't substantially more expensive. Like, for perspective, when I was working at Matter Hackers, the primary ones I sold were BCN 3D, and they started at like $2.5 grand, and they went up to $6 grand. And then there was the Maker Gears, which were started also at a couple grand, and went up to, I think, 12 grand for their big one. What else? Oh, and then Raze. Raze had their E2, which I think the E2 is $2,500. So this is like half of that, and those are all proprietary. So I still think that there's going to be interest if it works well. I don't know how well it works. I also would say that if I will very likely order a bunch of spare parts for this just to have on file, like tool heads, nozzles, all those things as soon as they're available. Yeah, get it. I'm just not a fan of seeing proprietary anything in consumer screen printers. I understand, but yeah, no, I get it. Okay, so let's see what's in the box before. I mean, there's clearly a bunch of bright yellow zip ties I need to cut out, but turn this to the side for a sec. So it is a cantilever. It is a cantilever bed. However, these rods are definitely quite rigid, and they also have a reinforced base on it. So it's similar to, like, I hate to use reality, but the Ender 5 S1, they went with stiffer or thicker smooth rods, and they reinforced it. And it's quite rigid for being a cantilever style bed. So again, would I prefer it not to be a cantilever style bed? Yes, but it does look like it's at least fairly rigid for being what it is. So let's go side cam. Are we on autofocus or not? We are not. Let's do this so we can see what comes in the box. Okay, so we've got Snapmaker little J1 pamphlet. Pamphlet? Of course I tore it instantly because I... Alright, so we got a quick start guide, which let's really quickly just take a quick look through before using. Make sure to read through, yada yada, everything that it comes with. Looks like it comes with some filament, which is cool. Installation, remove all packaging material. So basically a better image of what's on the box already. Install filament holders, just says make sure that you place it flat. Shows you how to install the doors, shows you how to install the side panels, shows you how to install the bed, and then you're pretty much rock and rolling, so cool. Safety guidelines, which we'll look at that in the future. Calibration card, which is a really thin, maybe for your, maybe for your nozzle offset? I don't know. It's very thin, thinner than I would normally think. It is IDEX, yep, IDEX direct drive, all metal hot ends. Let's see what else we got here. So, little foam padding. We've got a screen wipe for the touch screen. I won't say no, but that's funny. We've got 2 rolls of PLA. We've got a white and we've got an orange, white and orange PLA. These are not 1 kgs, but they are 500 grams, which, hey, compared to what we normally get with printers is, you know, welcome. Let's see, we've got a toolbox. Let's cut this open as well. No, I don't think they're RFID spools. I'm almost positive that they're not. We can confirm that, but I don't think they are. Nice little box here. It's got snippers. What the heck is this? What are you? Oh, wow. It's a wire brush / torture device. I guess nozzle cleaner. Crazy looking wire brush though. But yeah, that's what that is. Fancy spatula, tweezers. We got a flash drive on this side. Yeah, this is a really nice toolbox. We've got USB cable. We've got power cable. We've got both of our filament spool holders, which aren't the longest. I mean, I don't think it'll be hard to modify this to make an adapter to make it a little bit longer, but definitely not the longest. And then accessories. What is in here? Torture device. Yeah, very nice packaging. We've got spare silicone socks. That is a nice addition. Really kind of nice looking Allen keys. I mean, I'm going to show these because I think the details, I talked about it in the Sobol video, but the details really matter. These are quite nice. So we've got the ball head on one side and a little bit of, it feels like laser etched coating or maybe powder coated cover on them. I know we're talking about Allen keys here, but still, they're nice. They're not cheap. And again, I do think that the details matter. And if a company's paying attention to some of the small details, that's not a bad thing in my book. And then on the bottom here, we've got our panels, which feels like acrylic. We've got a nice little cover. We got another acrylic panel, so that this is our front doors. And then another nice cover. And then we've got two side panels. Oh, and then we've got, damn, there's a lot of stuff. One sec. Okay, and then we have got our bed. So bed, let's move this out of the way. I'm gonna throw it again because that's what I do here. So this is, what the heck is it? So it's glass. It's glass on the bottom. In the top, interesting. So the top feels almost like it's powder coated, right? It's not, like, being that it's on glass, I would have assumed it was a sheet, but it's not. It's a coating. There's no adhesive, like it goes around the entire edge to the bottom. So I don't know. It's kind of cool. Maybe so that way, I guess if you want smooth bottom versus not. Granted, I would much rather have a flex plate system any day of the week. But if this is at least like powder coated PEI, where when it's cold, I won't have to take a spatula to it, it'll just kind of pop off. I don't hate it, but yeah, I always opt for powder coated PEI. Flex plate system is by far my favorite option. So yeah, let's get this going here. So I'm going to let's see, can we see? So on the top here, we'll start by just removing anything yellow. Clearly needs to come off. So yellow tape there, yellow tape here. We've got, it looks like a bunch of zip ties. So we've got a zip tie up here. We've got a zip tie on this side. Like that. We've got, drop you guys down a little bit. So we've got the tool heads held in place as well as a zip tie in the center. So let's just cut this, that. It looks like cable chains for both of the tool heads, linear rails for X, linear rails for Y, and then bearings for Z. Cutting that off. Yeah, I think that's it. So tool heads should be free at this point. Yep, they are. Yeah, these are nice. Those look good. Let's go ahead and remove. Flex plates are nice unless when I want to print PC and it curls. Yeah, I saw, oh, I always mix up his channel's name. Jonathan? I saw someone just the other day that was printing out a large part and it had curled the, it had curled their flex plate away. I wonder if you can add a flex plate system to this. It's possible that you cannot, depending on how their sensor system works. I really don't know. Okay, so let's just leave. Let's see. Let's grab the quick start guide. For anyone that hasn't, the filament giveaway is open. There's currently 57 people that have entered into it, and there are 112 here. So definitely enter into the giveaway if you have not. Snapmaker is really too expensive for difference in quality or support. Is too expensive. I think the price point on this guy is, I thought it was $1,000, which is, maybe it's 1,300 actually. One second. I was looking at two printers just recently. J1 shows $1,300, which for an IDEX all metal direct drive, if this functions well and is quick, is not a bad deal. It really is not. Okay, yes, so no, these are safety guidelines. We don't want that. We want quick start guide. So we did that. Okay, place it flat. Cool, it wants us to install. Wants us to install the filament sensors. I am kind of happy though that, again, I have the need to print with some ABS for the ERCF, so we can at least test that. Where the heck? There it is. Okay, so for the filament holders, it shows to just go like this, up, and then down. Oh, they don't really fit very tight. I guess it doesn't matter though, as long as weight's downward, they're not gonna be coming out. So same on this side, so let's go up, let's drop it down. And that, I mean, based off the fact that it's just a square in the aluminum frame, you could easily make different ones if you want them longer. I'm curious, like, it won't be an issue for Polymaker spools. I'm not sure how it'll work with some larger spools like Yeah, Polymaker, there's plenty of space. I'm not sure how to work with like printed solid spools. Would the Mercury kit work with the Ender 5 Plus? Yes, it will. The only things that you'll need is different linear rails. Yeah, get the Plus kit, exactly. Yeah, so I guess there's other things, right? But I think the linear rails are the main part. And belt longer. Yeah, just make sure you get the specific one. Going to require a ton of rear clearance. Yeah, that's a good point. That is a good point. It might be cool to make some kind of spool holders that are on the side instead of the back like this. It just depends on where you have it. But for me, getting behind printers typically is a pain in the rear. No pun intended. So, okay, let's go ahead and now it wants us to install the front doors. Yeah, moving this thing around is not a ton of fun. Gosh. Okay, let me back you guys up a little bit. I wish I had another wide angle lens to kind of, there we go, that'll work, I think. Whew. Oh, one sec. If I knew that, I was like, cool, we're building something small on today's stream, the ERCF. I don't have to like do any stretches. I was wrong. Okay, so it says that we need one of the Allen keys and 4 screws, 2 for each side. I didn't see any screws, but it doesn't mean that they weren't in here. Yeah, they've got to be here, right, in this little baggie. Yep. Okay. So we need M4 8 yep, 2 on each side. We are going to be printing on this before the stream ends. I will not allow us to print today. It would look goofy with spools above like eyes, but sometimes goofy is good. I love goofy. Yeah, I wonder, well, the issue is that the filament feeds in from the back where the cable chains are. So, but you could totally do it from the top. It wouldn't, like, honestly, if you just used some like tush type rollers, because the top has a cover on it, you could just set it on top of the machine. I don't see that causing any issues. So, all right, let's see. This is going to be, I imagine like, wait, no. Yeah, like this. And am I supposed to remove the foam? Yep. Okay, so there's foam that pops out. And then this is going in. Seems right? Why does it, something seems off. What am I doing wrong? What am I doing here? It looks like it wants me to install it with it wide open. So let's try that. Okay, got one of them going in. Made a wraparound spool holder for my Bamboo X1 carbide. Now they can have both that and the AMS attached without. Oh, that's nice. I saw. I don't know if it was. Oh, Mandic really that did. I think it was him that did a mod video, and one of them was the Y splitter, so that way you can have both the AMS unit as well as the single spool kind of hooked up at the same time versus having to disconnect and connect. And that's a really cool one. I think I would like to install that. Okay, one is on. Okay. That doesn't seem right. I did that wrong. I did that wrong. Damn it. What did I do wrong on this? So this should be... Mandic, yeah, Mandic did it. I'm new to your channel, lots of good content. Congratulations on the... Hey, thank you very much, Geary. I appreciate that. Welcome. How did I install... Let's see. Okay, let's see. What the heck did I do? So this is supposed to get... That doesn't make sense. What am I... Did they install this wrong? Because surely... It looks to me like this is supposed to get installed like this needs to be on the outside top like that. So why is it doesn't make sense. It's like they did it wrong. Unless I'm so confused right now. Ah. Yeah, the manual shows it going in. I think these are installed wrong. I think that these top pieces, they installed them backwards. I'm almost positive now. Because looking at this has to get installed like... No, they didn't do it wrong. I did it wrong. I'm goofing. Okay, I'm goofing. All right. Try this again. So I had this turning the wrong direction, it looks like. So I think it goes inward like this. So then this goes like this. And then this goes, ta-da, we did it. Yeah, it's user error. It doesn't fully seal. There's definitely a gap around it. But yeah, it was my fault. I gotta run. I think you meant run, but you have a good stream. Thank you for Slayer. Half the hinge has to be hidden. Yeah. Yep. I goofed. Well, I'm happy that's the case. I'd rather it be me than the manufacturer. So let's see. Can I open it while I'm doing it so I can see at least? All right, that should be good. There we are. So yeah, definitely not a very tight seal. I wish that the doors, sealed better. I don't know how well you guys can see that, but that's a pretty big gap around the edges. I don't think it'd be very hard for me to add some form of insulation to that, but yeah, it's definitely not a very tight seal. Hidden hinges. Now you know where that $1,300. Yeah, all the money went to the hinges. All right, so let's try. I'm gonna go underneath the camera here if I can do it without unplugging it. Hopefully, whew, like that. And let's get this side installed. So this needs to go like this. Yeah, I guess I wasn't. It feels wrong the way you install the hinges, but it's not. There we go. All right. Nobody saw that. The Allen key flew. Oh. All right, let's try that again. Okay, our doors are on. We'll peel off the cover when we're done with the side panels. Yeah. The panel gap is worse than a Tesla. But yeah, I wish, I don't know why they went with such a big gap. I really don't. Yeah, it seems silly. Like, they could have definitely gone, I mean, it gives them, I guess, more clearance for their tolerances, but I very likely at some point after the review will see if I can do something to make it a little bit more insulated. All right. Hey, what's up, Tezza? All right, so let's go back. Now let's do side panels. So side panels are just 8 on each side. And hopefully there's no funky hidden stuff here that's gonna throw me off. Let's move this, let's move this. Trash, 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 keep, trash, keep. All right. Okay. Oh, don't fall off the workbench. That'd be the icing. Okay. Let me back you guys up a little bit so you can see a little bit better. All right, so for side panels, I think we're just threading into the frame. So hopefully this is quick. And it looks like both sides are the same. Yeah, so let's, I'm gonna peel off. Rubber gasket, oh yeah. Rubber gasket would have been awesome. It's funny, I have a really big heavy duty Lazy Susan in the closet behind this camera. And you're right, that would have been a great call for this stream. All right, so let's peel off, we'll peel off all the acrylic, or the covers on this side. The sides are much better. So it's the front, and the top looks pretty well insulated, or like there's not much of a gap. So it's really just the front doors. Oh shit. It's really just the front doors that they could have done better on. Yes, you don't want to do an intentional Nathan builds robot Snapmaker splat any % run. I have no idea. I have no idea what that is. All right. Okay, let's try to get one screw in. Hold it in place with my shoulder. Drop some screws on the table. I think I'd rather use these Fabrico drivers. Yep. All right. Do you need the IDEX swatch truck files? We need an IDEX version, zombie. All right, let's loosen. I'm actually gonna loosen. I'll loosen all the screws. Let's just get them in a little bit until they're all in, and then we'll tighten them. So hopefully, right when these panels are done, we can turn it on, get calibration going, and then get to printing. I like the side panels. I will say that the front leaves a little bit to be desired, especially with those gaps for higher temp materials. But the side panels are quite nice. Is that printer Cartesian? It's like I don't know what motion system this is because it's an IDEX. I don't know. So Y-axis both have their own belt, and then X-axis has their own belt. So that seems pretty standard. I don't know if it'd be considered Cartesian because it's IDEX. Okay, so it is Cartesian then. Yeah, because I know that like there's Like, I don't think IDEX ever has Core XY. They're like Core, because like Craftbot has Core X something, but it's slightly different. And then I think that the Tridex uses the, oh gosh, not Glowforge, not FlashForge, MarkForge, the MarkForge motion system, which I don't know the official term for that. Thigh gap. Yeah, this looks good. The side doesn't really have much of a gap at all. I don't want to over tighten any of these, so we'll just go around, quickly get these. My Tridex has Core XY-U. Core XY-U? It's my own design. Oh wow! So you didn't follow the Tridex build that's out there, like the one that Eddie's been working on. I'm a little bit scared on these screws. I don't want to crack. Like, I want it snug, but I also don't want to crack the acrylic, and the holes that they go through are quite small. So, okay, I think that's plenty good. All right, let's do the last side, and then let's get this thing powered on. I guess once the bed's installed. Kind of an awkward move. All right. Let's see. Nope. I started my build at the same time as Eddie, so when my printer was done, I found out about Eddie's build. But mine uses 3 belts. Interesting. Have you, like, do you have it shown off anywhere? I'd love to see it. This is worse design than Tridex, for example, because the X motors move in the Y axis. Yeah, so the X motors are not stationary, exactly. Both. So you do have added weight. So with X, they're stationary, but with Y, they both do move back and forth. And then the Y motors are stationary, I think. Oh, there's only a single Y motor. Yeah, so the Y is in the front, and it looks very similar to the Ender 5, how it's basically a beefier motor in the center, and then you've got the motor, the posts going out both sides. Hey, what's up, Dan? Good evening. It has been way too long. Yeah, I've never, since the beginning of this channel, I've never taken off more than a single week, so it's been a long couple weeks. How's everybody been? I like, everyone's been asking how I've been doing. How's everybody been? It's been 3 weeks. Is everybody doing okay? Can you share a picture? Yeah, please do. Please share a picture in Discord. This is the ERCF. It's the new J1 ERCF. No, so we were gonna start the ERCF today, and we technically did. We unboxed it. The first 2 parts that I put together cracked, so I need to reprint. I'm gonna reprint all the parts. I'm actually gonna, I think, reprint them all on the J1 because why not, since it's here. Why are you not going straight? But yeah, the first 2 parts cracked, and I decided there's no point in continuing. Next week we're building the Voron 0.2, which we were supposed to start today. It came in earlier than expected, so I decided to push it back till next week, not realizing it was coming in earlier than expected. So yeah, I'm gonna reprint all of the ERCF stuff. I've also printed the ERCF stuff out over a year ago, I think now, or maybe not over a year ago, but about a year ago. So I'll make sure that all the stuff is the latest as far as versions go. And I will make sure that they're not going to split. Going in. There we go. Yeah, it was, if you rewind the video, you'll see it. It was sad. The new Prusa XL looks slick. Woke up again. That's true. I was in Asia for a month. Wow. How was that? For vacation or for work? That's crazy. I haven't traveled out of the country. Oh, I guess, yeah. Aaron and my family traveled right before COVID hit. We went to Costa Rica, so that was the last time I've traveled. But before that, it's been forever. Tridex uses the normal AV motors to move the 2 tool heads, and then 2 additional motors for the Y-axis. Okay. I would definitely say that's a better design as far as not having weight on the gantry. Like having stationary weight. What brand did you say? Yeah, so the V0.2 is a Cybor. It's S-I-B-O-O-R is how you spell it, Cybor. And it's a it's $469 if I'm not mistaken. So it's $200 less than the 0.2 from LDO, and it comes with a full set of printed parts, black and red, and they look really good. I'll show them next week. I did a quick look just to make sure nothing appeared. Sorry, you guys don't want to look at my neck, do you? I did a quick look just to make sure that everything seemed like it arrived okay, and it did. Oh shit, I forgot a screw. It looked great. It looks great. So, got word today that Mercury 1 kit. Nice. That's awesome. That's a fun build. What is Jack's real name? Arkido? His name is Jackson. Jackson Alexander. That's his first and middle. Okay, I think we are all ready for takeoff here. Okay. So, taking my back. Let's go here really quick. So what else we gotta do? We got panels on. We gotta put the build plate in. Let's do that really quick. Now it's a little bit tougher to grab it now that I've panels on. Sorry, printer. Okay. Let's go, I guess, side shot again. It's just so close. You guys are so close. Is it the Sabor that comes with a crappy hot end? I don't know. It looks like it comes with a V6 style block. So I don't think it's anything too fancy heater block wise, but it looks like the heater block's V6. So I mean, it could be worse as long as it I mean, if it's V6 nozzle compatible. I don't know that I'll really have too many complaints. Yeah. Greg is also working on the kit. He messaged me about he like remixed some of the no drop nuts or whatever, and I need to print those out as well. Cyber has two different AliExpress stores, pretty much identical parts, slightly different prices. No rhyme or reason of which is better. Huh, interesting. Yeah, Manic did an older build from them. They've done a bunch of upgrades. Oops, let's get the bed in. They've done a bunch of upgrades, and this is the 0.2. So I know that there's like a thicker bed. The printed parts, I think, are much better now. They made a bunch of changes, so we'll see. I'm going into it pretty much blind. So we'll see how it goes. Okay, so for the bed, there's clips in the front. So clip swings open, clip swing. This is very similar to how Ultimaker's bed is. Then you've got clips on the other side that it pops into. You kind of, maybe if I need a little bit more force. Maybe not. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Oh God. Okay, I think that was just me. You gotta be a little more aggressive than I thought. No, that's not right. What are we doing here, guys? Yeah, I think I'm at a weird angle because of the camera. I think I need to get in front of it and push it in further. 1 second. There we go. Yep. Now this should be able to close. Perfect. Okay. Yeah, it seems like they've made some serious improvements. I think I purchased here a FISEC Trident kit recently. Is their bomb update or is it the same as their site? Yeah, it really does. I mean, Ultimakers aren't bad printers though. I sold them for a lot of years when I was working at Matter Hackers, and they're way expensive for what they are, but they worked. I never had issues. Like I used to get sent all over the United States to trade shows, and there was always an Ultimaker or two in our booth, and I never had to worry about them not working after being shipped, even if they were shipped aggressively. They did their little mesh and they worked well, so. The look of an Ultimaker has never been a concern to me. The price, that's what's been the issue. Okay, we're ready to power it up, so let's do it. I'm gonna plug it in the back. Let's see, plug it in here. Ready, everybody? Hopefully you're ready. All right. Okay, it's booting. Connect the power cable. Complete the general settings. Follow the wizard. And start a print. All right, let's try it. Let me turn off manual focus or automatic focus. Is it almost time to do our giveaway drawing as well? I think that's about right. We're 5 minutes past. If you have not signed up for the giveaway that's pinned in chat, do so right now. And we're gonna be drawing that in just a second here. Yeah, don't forget the foam. Yeah. I don't think I can remove it until it... Oh no, I can. Cool. Thank you. I thought I had to lift it up first, but it looks like that's not the case. So, foam is out. All right, I'm gonna be removing the pinned link right now. Remove. And I'll give everyone like 2 minutes still to do that, and then we'll draw. I'll bring you guys even closer so we can go through this process together. Can you guys read that? Hopefully. All right. We'll peel this off like that. English. Next. Terms and conditions. I'm not going to read that right now. Let's see. User experience improvement program. We'll skip that for now. Name your J1. It looks like it's running Android. I mean, like that interface looks very Android-like to me. Names. What do we want to name it? Oh no, sorry, Luke. I just joined, but why am I looking at a Snapmaker, not at ERCF? Yeah, we started the ERCF, and the second I installed the Bowden fittings, the first 2 parts snapped. So we need to reprint all the parts, and chat voted it was either J1 or take a look at the Mercury 1.1 in print, and J1. Modbot Army J1. Tails as in Sonic. Snapbot. Damn, there's so many suggestions. Afterburner bomb. Yeah, that's what's going on here. Snapbot. Name it backup. I kind of. All right, yeah. I kind of like backup ERCF. I think I'm gonna name it. Let's go. Let's see. We'll name it Enraged Rabbit. It feels appropriate, given that's why we're here today. I'll do 2 words. Enraged Rabbit. Look at that, he even has suggestions. Suggested contact names. Oh, what the heck? Alright, we'll just type it ourselves. What's happening? Okay. Is it too... Can you only go so many characters? Aww. Alright. That's lame. You can't go more than just... Alright. It's gotta be short. Let's just do... Something short. +1, Angry Bunny, Snap... These are too long. It's gotta be... I can do Enraged RB. Snappy... That's also too long. I think... Okay, let's see how many characters we got. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9... 10, 9. Only 9 characters. All right, let's do the drawing. If you guys want to plan B. Oh man. We can just do Enraged. Let's just do Enraged. Yeah, let's do that, and then we'll do the drawing. I wish you could do more characters. That seems highly unnecessary to limit it like that, but Enraged. There we go. Enraged. Name your J1. Enraged. Save. Wi-Fi. Okay, I'll change it to me while I do Wi-Fi stuff. Let me... 1 second here. Yeah, the giveaway... so you should have gone with... Yeah, Tails would have worked great. 1 second, everybody. The giveaway link is closed. I'm sorry. It was up for longer than normal. Setup complete. All right, cool. Go next. All right, so we'll do the calibration wizard after. Let's do this giveaway. How many entries do we have? 94. Okay, well that means we don't have to do anything special with the downloading of things. Copy. Paste. All right, 94. Yeah, that's everybody. Alrighty, let's do this. Oh, it's too short. It's not too short of an option. Most people aren't going to make their Snapmaker something ridiculous. That's true. What does Snapmaker look like the X1? I don't know. Does it look like the X1? I guess the X1's in the garage. You only have the P1P, but yeah, I mean, clean, minimalistic aesthetic. So I can see that. Touchscreen, sure. Yeah, definitely some parts of it. I'd like to think that they were working on this before the X1 was at least announced. So I don't know. Anyways, as always, massive thank you to Polymaker. They let us give away a spool of filament anywhere in the world once a week for a stream, which is awesome. Just a great company all around, make great filament. If you have not been in any of the giveaways before, I will email whoever wins right now, typically by end of day. If not, give me a day before you message me. If not, please message me. I have absolutely forgotten before because I'm a human and I apologize, but I will do my best. So again, thank you Polymaker. If you've not tried their filament, there's a link down below, and it does support the channel as well, so it's always appreciated. But yeah, with that being said, let's do it. Let's do a couple shuffles. Good luck, everybody. 3, 2, and here we go. Red 5. I feel like you've won before, Red 5. Congrats. I don't know if it was in a regular weekly stream, but the name seems real familiar. Like, I think you won maybe like the 1 year subscription, or 1 year, no, 1 year. The 100,000 subscriber stream or something like that. Congratulations though. I will message you after, and if you are in the US or Canada, they do it differently now where you get a coupon code, which is super cool because you have more selection options, which is awesome. So all right, let's get this printing. Yeah, so we're at the wizard. We will guide you through the basic preparation of the machine to start, including 4 steps, 20 to 30 minutes. We'll see. Hopefully it'll be quicker. Heating check, Z offset check, XY offset, and offset calibration check. All right, next. Handle the PEI glass with care. Avoid direct touching PEI glass. Wait, what? Handle the PEI glass plate with care. Avoid direct touch with the PEI glass plate and the heat when the bed is heated over. Okay. Heated bed leveling. Do I need to remove the glass? It didn't say. Let's see. The left extruder will touch the heated bed at 3 different points in sequence. To level the bed, you need to adjust the Z offset at 2 of these points under the instruction. Okay. Is it using... Oh man, I hope I'm not supposed to remove the glass. It didn't say. Okay, now it says remove PEI glass. Okay, so I'll do it in a sec here. Okay, remove glass. So now it is saying remove glass. I think it uses like the nozzles. Oh, that's neat. I'll show you guys in a sec. Dude, the glass does not like to come out. So I'm hoping, it did say it was PEI. So hopefully if I just wait for it to cool moving forward, I can just easily get them off, but it sticks. Yeah, so check it out. The bed actually has metal contact points. So it's using like, I think the conductivity from the nozzles to touch the bed, and that's how it's able to tell the offset, which is pretty cool. I don't think it's load cells. It looks like it's brass points, and then it looks like it uses this for toolhead automatic calibration. Downside is, so it looks like bimetal heat breaks. The nozzles are definitely brass, and I don't know if they're proprietary or not. I'll have to do more digging. I'm not going to remove them right now. So let's see how it goes. Okay, so remove the glass. We did that. Heat nozzle and bed. For the subsequent nozzle cleaning and calibration, the machine is going to heat. Okay, so we're doing 60 on the bed, 220 on the nozzles. I'm going to bring you guys up so we can see this a little bit more. Let's go a little bit further back. I'll move you guys around as needed so we can see this. But I'm excited to see because I've always done for the most part, always done manual IDEX calibration. And I just did the video on that camera, and so that definitely makes things nicer. But man, if it's like any automation of toolhead offset calibration is something that's really nice. Hey, what's up, Griffin? I'm doing awesome. I am just happy. I'm just happy to be back streaming with everybody. It's been a long 3 weeks. It's been an awesome 3 weeks, but it's been a long 3 weeks, and like having the streams on Wednesdays is such a it's such an exciting thing for me every week that I look forward to. So to not have it for a few weeks in a row was definitely rough. All right, we're at 153. We're at 44C on the bed. Bed doesn't look very thick. It's definitely a PCB heater with a it looks like just insulation foam underneath it to help with the heating process. But it is reinforced down below with what looks like sheet metal. Maybe even thicker than sheet metal. So we'll see. Hey, nice. Thank you again for hanging out. Thank you for the donation, and I will hopefully see you next Wednesday, man. We're starting the 0.2 build. Oh, it was the headphone kit. That's right. Yep. Because we didn't hear back right away. That's why I'm like, if I remember someone's name, there's a reason for it. And that's right. We emailed back and forth a couple times because I was trying to make sure you got the headphones that you won. Awesome. Did you build them? You might have tagged me and I forgot, and I apologize if that's the case. All right, we're at 221 and 60, so we're pretty much there. It should be hopefully moving. Oh, there we go. Okay, clean nozzle. It's saying clean the nozzle. Oh, this one, we actually do need to clean. This one's got a little bit of filament on it. So we'll use this aggressive, this is the brush it comes with, which is, all right. Oh, this one's leaking too. Okay. It has little wipers too. It looks like little wiper pads. I just realized, yeah, it's an IDEX printer. That's what I'm excited about. I have a couple of videos planned that I can use an all-metal IDEX printer on. Hold on, let me boost this up so we can see what's happening. Okay, so nozzles go into the back. So it's touching the contact point in the back, so it's brass on brass, so it's definitely conducting through the nozzle and through the tool head. So it's probing, lifting. Now it's going to the left side, doing the same thing. Let me turn it so you guys can see. It's out of the way. Oh, okay. So this is kind of cool. So compare it to the first one. The reason why it's just still jumping in place, it's telling me that knob needs to be turned. So it's like assisted bed leveling, I guess, at this point is what it's doing. So it's going to keep bouncing. Each time it's remeasuring it while I turn this little dial. Looks like left. Yeah, that's cool. So as I'm turning, that's really cool. Okay, so as I'm turning, this bar is moving closer to the middle, which is where it needs to be. So watch, I'll turn it further away. Now look at it, the bar went further left. So this is the wrong way. It's saying, hey, you're going further away from where you need to go. Now I'm turning it to the left. It's going closer, 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 closer. Right on the money. Now I can stop turning it. We've been probing with tools for Ziostos. Yeah, I know, for CNC we have, but 3D printing hasn't really seen it, so it's cool to see. Okay, so now it's saying that one's good. We'll move to the next. So now I imagine it's gonna do the same thing for the final one. Yeah, for someone that hasn't done bed leveling, that is really nice. So, same thing for this one. It's just jumping, saying, hey, this isn't good. So let's turn it. It's saying we need to turn it this way. Trying to get as close as I can to the dead center. Okay. That looks pretty good. Did you miss anything? Yes. I don't know. Did you leave before the ERCF did not go the way it was supposed to go? Yeah, the layer line separated when I was installing the Bowden fitting, so we're gonna reprint them all. And then I had everyone vote whether we wanted to unbox this J1 that just showed up yesterday, or look at the Mercury one, and this got voted on, which is perfect because I can use this to print all of the ERCF parts again. Also, hey, Skydown. Okay, so now it's saying, okay, I'll just keep moving you guys. Calibration successful, thumbs up, yay. So now it says, the two extruders will touch the heated bed in sequence, and you need to calibrate the Z offset of the right extruder to ensure that the two extruders work at the same, okay. Two extruders will touch the heated bed in sequence, and you need to calibrate the Z offset of the right extruder to ensure that the two extruders work at the right and same height, okay? Loosen the two screws on the right extruder by one turn with the, okay, so where, all right, so let's see. It's saying to loosen two screws, and I think they're gonna be visible from this side. Yeah, they are. It looks like they are right here, so, nope, that's too big. Let's see. Still too big? Yep, there we go. Okay, so I'm gonna make sure. Loosen screws, yep, all right, we're doing it. I don't know by how much, but loosen and loosen. Okay, those are very loose. Next, for the subsequent, okay, so now it's just saying the machine's heating. It's letting you know it's heating up. It's going back to 220 and 60. So I guess we are doing a physical correction. Modbot, I'll need to post the build and tag you. They are close but not all done. Got busy with the major garage. Oh, no worries, man. No rush at all. Yeah, if you're not done, just don't worry about it. If you had done them, I wanted to see them, but yeah, no worries. I completely understand. Life is busy. Man, is it just me or fluid, not like cameras at all? I don't have nearly as much experience with fluid. I'm running it on the second cube, but I don't have a camera installed on that. And then I think well, it came installed on the Sonic pad, but that's like a butchered version of it. Okay, so this is heating up, 220, 220, we're good, we'll hit next. Clean nozzle, it says again. I mean, they're pretty much clean, we just did this, but fine. I guess it is dripping a little bit more. All right. I just realized I was 3 minutes behind live. Oh no. Okay, so that nozzle we're not adjusting, so it's just getting the height for that one. I really hope that these nozzles are not proprietary, or if they are proprietary, they at least have hardened steel versions. Because I'm looking right now, and these are both brass. Okay, so what this is saying is, this is really nice too. It's got the same gauge, right? So we can see it's got the green, and it's already saying that the height's fine, but we can still adjust it. Rotate the thumb wheel of the right extruder to move the orange bar to the midpoint. If you don't see an orange bar, keep rotating it as prompted. So we're fine already, but there's basically a little, oh, you guys can't see because I moved you guys down. There's a little knob right here. So let me see if I turn it this way, pull it towards me a little. Okay, so I'm moving it the wrong way, so let's go this way. Closer. Yeah, it's pretty much dead center. So, orange bar is right there. Ugh, I wonder how that brush works on nose hairs. That sounds awful. It's super, it's really rough. Okay, cool. Keep rotating as prompted. I will say that was the easiest Z offset I've ever done. Okay, restore machine. So now it's saying it's probably just moving that out of the way so that way we can tighten it. So next it should be doing the XY offset, which I think is using the conductive square in the center. Yep, so now it says restore machine, which basically is just, hey, retighten those two things you untightened. So we will tighten this. Oops. Do a couple turns on each. I'm actually gonna grab the, is this the right driver? This might be the right driver. Yeah. Okay, I don't want to strip this, but I also want to make sure that there's no play. All right, I think we're good. Okay. Okay, oh God. Do you remember when we did the SVO4 on stream? It took me like 3 different segments of prints to kind of get the XY offset correct. Okay, restore machine, cool. So calibration succeeded. So we've done 2 calibrations. Now it's doing the XY offset, which I think is completely automatic. 2 extruders will touch the heated bed in sequence and begin to calibrate, yeah, automatically calibrate their offset. So it'll do it. So let it heat up again. Yeah, it is definitely more expensive. What, the Sovo SVO4 is $500-ish. Yeah, there's no denying there's a big price difference. I'm not, it's a big i3, which I think that the Sovo SVO4 is a great IDEX printer for someone that wants to play around with IDEX on a budget. It's like, I think it's probably the best. I've used quite a few, and it's far from perfect, that machine, but I've done some awesome PVA, PLA, dual extrusion prints on that thing. So, yeah, I think that the SVO4, do I think it's the best IDEX out there? Absolutely not. Do I think that it's a great value for the price? Definitely. I think that it's more than fair for what they're asking for it. Okay, so we're good. So now, again, I think it's going to be using that square in the center there to basically, similar to, again, like what a CNC, what a CNC does if you use like an XYZ probe. Once again, it says clean the nozzles. Okay, let's do that. Clean, clean, clean. Like that. And next. Hey, GC, I don't know, it only gives me the first and last. GC, thank you very much for the support and the t-shirt purchase. I hope you like it. Anyone that, there's been 3 people, I think. No, someone got a hat. Panzer got a hat, Lisa got a shirt. If anyone, tag me in the shirts when you get them, please. I love seeing the shirts out in the wild. It's awesome. SVO4 is a super budget IDEX printer. I'm not saying that like $400, $500 on a printer is budget, although I guess it's all perspective, right? Like, it depends. Compared to an Ender 3, it's a stretch. Compared to a Prusa, it's definitely a budget printer. But for the build volume, I don't know that I love the cable. The bed cable is real funky on this. It's tight, and it's held in with a zip tie, so it takes the strain off. But I wish this was. I don't like tugging on either, but I wish that this wasn't exactly like that. I'm sure it's fine, but don't love that. Yeah, SVO4 to me is definitely a budget printer, especially if we're talking IDEX printers. That is my least favorite thing. I don't know how I noticed that right now. But yeah, I definitely don't love that. These guys in the back, I guess, aren't a huge deal. They're not. It's fine. Cool. So I don't know. I wasn't really watching what was happening there. So yeah, it says it's calibrated XY. So if that's the case, and that's all it was, and that was again super simple, complete. Let's see, now it's doing offset calibration check. The machine will print a built-in model with both extruders. Okay. I want to hit start, but I also didn't tell me to reinstall the bed. Okay, cool. Now it's saying PEI glass plate check. Cool. I also haven't installed any filament yet, so. Hey, SC, I don't know who your YouTube name, because again, it doesn't show me that. It's really weird, but thank you very much for the t-shirt purchase. Don't like the way that cable for the bed heater bends too much. Yeah, I don't like the bed heater cable. Will it cause a problem? Possibly not. I mean, there's a bit more slack than it looks like because they have it sort of zip tied, but I wish that it wasn't routed the way that it's routed. It looks like it could definitely use a bit more slack. It's a complaint of mine, or a nitpick at least. Okay, the current bed temperature is 54. Please wait until it cools down. Well, that's fine. But that's cool. It tells you that. Load filaments. Go to load. Okay, so it's heating up the filament. Do we want to use their filament? I guess we can, just so that way. I don't really want to. We will though. Just I guess it's whatever is sliced on here is gonna be pre-configured for their stuff. Cardboard spool, nice touch. Your merch graphics look similar to BF 2042. I don't know what that is, or who that is. Hey, it was Scott. Thank you, Scott. All right, so I'm gonna load filament from the back. Go on me really quick here. We'll cut it at a 45 if I can find cutters. Tassie here. Tassie here. All right. So. Oh, okay. So let's go. I guess I misunderstood. So, pressing the middle button, that'll heat it up. And then it climbs to, it looks like a set temperature, which is kind of interesting. It doesn't look like you can actually... It doesn't look like you can adjust the temps. Like, I'm curious what you would do if you were loading something other than PLA. I mean, 200C is hot enough where I could probably maybe push PETG into it. But you'd think that you can just sort of tap and adjust it. We'll see. Okay, let me get the other spool out, I guess. Let's get this going here. I do like that they use cardboard spools. It's nice. Like, these are definitely probably some of the nicer spools I've received with a printer. So I imagine we're just gonna manually, I'm just at this point, so we're at temp, but I'm manually feeding these since we're direct drive. I imagine we just need to feed them all the way to the tool head. Wait, what the heck? Oh, it'd probably help if I, interesting. It'd probably help if I attach the Bowden tube. I don't remember seeing any point it telling me to attach the tubes, but so it looks like this just goes like I actually don't know how this goes. Interesting. So we have cable chains on the back here. I don't know how these go in. I didn't see any instructions about, you have to move the dot on the screen. White dot on the end of orange. Oh, wow. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, that's neat. All right. I thought that was maybe a progress bar for when it was heating up. Yeah, literally just grab that and you can go up to Well, looks like it resets when it hits the very end. I don't know, the 300C. That's cool. Okay, well, that's simple enough. But yeah, I don't understand. There's no instructions on how to install this, these guide tubes. And so I don't know if there's something that grabs them at some point down here. Sure doesn't feel like it. Interesting. Okay, so it looks like you just bend them in. This is what it seems like to me. Watch. Hey, what's up, Pez? I don't know why I called you Pez. What's going on, Liz? So it looks like, so I can show you guys this. It looks like it's just pressure fit in place. So you get the end of it, and again, it's just a guide tube. So you kind of like push it down like that, and then just bend it in place is what it seems like to me. And that holds it. I think. I have no idea. We're gonna roll with that until we discover it doesn't work, so. Interesting. Yeah, it's a pretty big miss in the manual. I agree. Like, how the hell do I? Everything's very handholdy, but I'm like, wait a minute. You never told me to put the. Thing in. Okay, so let's see if this feeds. I'm gonna feed. Let's try the left. Left first. Load. Let's see. The extrusion will move into position later for you to load or unload the filament. Okay. Oh, left is... I'm a goofball. Hold on, let's try it again. I said left, but I was feeding right, so... One second here. Let me get left where it's supposed to be. Load. Left. Load. It definitely doesn't feel like it's loading. No, doesn't feel like it's loading. Let's try the right one. Okay, neither of these feel like they're loading, which makes me think... Yeah, so the filament isn't going past that bend on the PTFE. So this is what gives with the PTFE. Pretty big oversight, again, on the not having instructions on how this goes in. Let's do a quick little Google search. Snapmaker J1 Bowden install. Debuting J1, that was Intertech. Filament problem. Nope, this is not. Because it needs to be able to lay down vertically. Like those Bowden tubes, if we're gonna put the top on it, pretty sure will hold in place due to the filament. Yeah, the it's just weird. So the angle that this fitting needs to go in makes it where the filament can't slide past it. And there's no way you're gonna be opening this every time. Let's see, so if I go like that again. Yeah, it's very tight to get the filament. There's no way that's right. Very odd. Very, very odd. So the only other thing I could think of is... It doesn't make sense that you wouldn't have the filament go all the way down like that. Nope, that can't be right either. I'm wondering if... I don't know, guys. Seems strange to put a bend in the Bowden just before it enters their hot end. Some filaments will break just, yeah. I'm gonna raise the camera up so you guys can see what's going on a little bit better. See if anybody has any ideas here. Did you try leveling your bed? Oh my God, zombie. Let's see. Okay, so you guys can kind of see, maybe this side is a little bit clearer. Yeah, so here's what I'm working with. So we've got Bowden tube, right? And it has a little piece, it's hard to kind of see it, but it's got like almost like a Bowden on top of the Bowden, which is grippy. So this seems like it's to help keeping the Bowden tube in place. And the things I've tried so far are shoving Bowden tube, one second. If I shove it directly down into the channel, it doesn't go, right? It stops right there. It does hold in place inside of here, but the grippy part does. Yeah, the ERCF, the first, maybe that's how it goes. Wait up, I think, hold on, that might have done it. Nope. Oh, okay. That seems better. It just seems real peculiar about the angle it gets fed in. Yeah, the ERCF, the ERCF, that is a great question. The second we installed the Bowden fittings, or the PTFE fittings, it cracked both of the gates like right away. So I'm gonna reprint them, but we voted on what we wanted to do instead. And this had showed up yesterday, or no, this morning actually, not yesterday. And so that's what was voted on. Okay, let's try this again, load. Still not loading. Yeah, everything has been so straightforward until we get to this. I'm sure I can get it to manually load if I just feed the filament. Andrew, thank you for the $10 donation. The mom and dad date night fund, you're going to need it soon. Yeah, it probably will be a little bit. We've got Aaron's parents, Aaron's mom, dad, and grandma are coming out. Mom, dad, grandma, brother, and girlfriend are coming out in a couple weeks, so maybe we'll get a little getaway then. Thank you very much, I appreciate it. Nice, can't get better than self-destruction. Push the toggle back and insert the filament into the printhead until you feel resistance, then release the toggle. You're talking about this guy? Oh, it's feeding. Wait, yeah. Okay, we're feeding. How is this pulling further away though? Okay. Something tells me, all right, I think I know. Stop loading. Okay.
To you and Eric.
Hey, Matcha!
To you in a bit.
Thank you very much, man. Thank you for $10 donation. Yeah, it's been, baby boy was born on March 5th. So I took a couple weeks off from streaming, and this is our first stream back actually. But it's been awesome. I took 2 weeks off from like work, and just spent time with Aaron and Jackson and learning how to do the dad stuff. Yeah, it's been rad though, man. He's great. He's such a handsome little man. I just keep telling him, like, man, you're so handsome. Okay, so I think part of the issue is that I don't know how to load this tool head, and I think that to load it, to feed the filament in, there's a let me see if I can show you guys this. It seems to me, you can hardly see it from even this angle. There's a little orange latch right here, and I believe this is what releases, like this is the tension arm. So when I'm pushing it forward, I need to be using my other hand to move this out of the way, and that'll allow it to grab it. That's what I think is happening. So if I push this through, and I go, let me see. Well, let's try it, hold on, let's try this. So we go like this. Okay, so hopefully that does that. This goes here, and I think that if I press, like I said, here without burning my hands, yeah, that seems to be doing something. And let's go load. Load. Maybe. I'm still probably doing something wrong. Oh no, it's feeding. It's feeding. What does work? I work full time for Lightburn software, laser design and engraving software. So I work remotely, but that's what I do 9 to 5. My hours are much more flexible, but my role there is lead video creator. So I make a lot of the videos, the tutorial videos and how to use the different software features, doing different things with the lasers. So I've been there. I got hired in November. We're in 2023, 2022, 2021. So I've been there for about a year and a half now. Does this mean remove the lid for every filament? I don't think so, Printer Prawn. I'll have to test that out more. I think that maybe I had too aggressive of an angle with these top pieces. I will definitely be testing that out, because if you have to remove the lid for every single, that is a pain in the butt. And yeah, that seems really silly. I don't think so, but I'm not sure. We'll see. Okay, so filament is in. That was by far the Dustin. Yeah, Dustin doesn't work for them. You do YouTube on top of work? Yeah, I've been on YouTube for like a decade now, and I've always worked full time, other than other small segments. I worked for Matter Hackers for 3.5 years full time, and that was tough to keep up the YouTube schedule, because I was traveling a lot, so I had to really build up banks of videos. And then prior to that, I was working at what was I doing right before that? I was working at a bar when I met Aaron, and the restaurant. But yeah, I've always done multiple things. So, okay, print. So we are heating up now. Hopefully this goes well. It's definitely not easy. I mean, I sort of made the choice that YouTube is something I enjoy so much that it takes up 99% of my free time. So most weekends are video work, research, nights after Lightburn stuff, video work, research. So I occasionally will take a pause to go outside, but yeah, it's been a lot. But I really love it. I enjoy learning. I enjoy sharing. I enjoy the community and all of it. And so yeah, but it is a very heavy commitment, I would say, if you really want to stick with it long term. Lightburn, yeah, it took me a bit to switch to it, but it's a pretty powerful piece of software. Yeah, they are always coming out with awesome new features, support for new machines. When I got hired on, they were working on Galvo support, which came out right around the time we went to Murph last year. We were showing it off there. So fiber lasers, which is sweet. Not all fiber lasers, there's specific board types. EasyCAD 2 and EasyCAD 2 Lite are the primary ones, which I think covers the majority of them. Print check model. Okay, it's still heating up the bed. That's what's happening. I think. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, the software works now with like diode lasers, CO2 lasers, fiber Galvo lasers. So not much selling for Lightburn. I thought Lightburn was awesome before working for them. When I had my K40, I did a board swap. You can see it on the YouTube channel. When I had my, well, I still have the K40, but it's at my parents' house in California. But I did a board swap to a cohesion board, so that way I can install Smoothie software on it instead of whatever crap it came with. And then I was able to use Lightburn, which was way nicer than the like K40 Whisper stuff that was out there or whatever came with it. You might have to slow down with YouTube then and spend some time with the kiddo. It's time you can't get back. Yeah, well, we're gonna see how it all goes. I feel like I've done a pretty good job of optimizing everything so that way I can still do a video a week. But we'll see. We will see. I definitely won't be scaling up anymore. I tried doing 2 streams a week on top of like the full-time job and top of a video a week on the main channel, and it only lasted like a couple streams. It was too much. I bit off more than I could chew in that instance. So it's a balancing act. And so I allow myself some weeks like easier video topics. Oh, these are little rubber. So these are these nozzle wipes. You can't really see them. These nozzle wipes are rubber. There we go. Rubber guys. So that's like, I think they're rubber. That's what the nozzle rubs off to clean them. Yeah, I allow myself some weeks slightly easier topics. Although sometimes some of the videos I'm like, this will be an easy topic, ends up being the hardest topic ever. I'm like, man, everything went wrong. But yeah, I don't know if that means like eventually I'll have to supplement one of the 4 videos a month as a short or what will happen. But for now, I'm gonna try to keep up. Aaron's home She's not working right now. She's full-time, doing full-time mom, so that helps substantially. But agree, I need time with her and Jackson. Okay, we're almost there. Bed's at 62 Celsius. We're climbing. Whew. All right, we're at 65. Everything looks like it's at temp. Yep, there we go. I'm gonna raise you guys up so we can see what's happening. Is the toolhead completely proprietary? I would say probably. It looks proprietary to me. The block, it has a silicone sock on it, but it kind of reminds me of a V6. But I doubt that it is a V6. I'm sure it's proprietary. I just don't see them. Like, it seems like it is. All right, it is extruding. I never set the Z offset, did I? No, I never set Z offset. How would this stay in here? I don't remember setting a Z offset, so that's kind of cool. It's looking decent. Let's put the cover back on this guy. Let's see. When printing with PLA, remove top panel. Okay. Well, we're printing with PLA, and I'm putting the top panel on. Kind of funny, but that's okay. All right. These are nozzle wipes. So that way, like, because it's common that filament, because it's hot, right? While it's printing, as it parks itself, a little bit of filament from either pressure or the heat is just going to drip out. So it allows it to wipe itself on the nozzle before it passes back over to the bed. How loud is that thing? So far, very, very quiet. The loudest thing sounds like it's a fan, and it's, oh, that's interesting. The belt, can't really show you, shit. I want to show you guys this. Squeak, squeak. I don't know how well you guys can see that. But the belt, so kind of goes at an angle, sort of weird. It's got a idler and a pulley up there, and then another bearing just kind of helping keep it off of everything. I wonder if this side, yeah, this side looks like it's the exact same way. Yeah, not very loud. Let me see if it closed. Even quieter with that. That being said, this printer is supposed to print quick. I know it has input shaping. I don't know, I think it's running like their own firmware. I don't imagine it being that quiet though, Alien, once it's cranking. But yeah, right now, the main sound I'm hearing is probably the hot end fan. It looks like it has decently chunky fans. The bed wire is being twisted, seems wrong. Yeah, I don't like that. If you look at it from the bottom, let me see if I drop you guys low. Bear with me, everyone. You guys are going all the way down. 1 second. It's a very stiff tripod. All right, so we're pretty low here. Let's see. So, it comes out, the bed wires come out from a hole, oh shit, somewhere inside here, and then they're zip tied to this panel right here, which I think is aluminum or steel. So there's no strain coming on it, like all the strain is right here and not where it's meeting, you know, whatever PCB, whatever it's attached to. And there is some slack, like if you look at this, right, like that's not fully tight. Part of it seems like this cover that they have on it is a fairly stiff cover. No, it's not cloth. It's not cloth. I don't actually know what this is. It almost feels like a rubber. It's very thick, whatever this is. And I think part of that is why it kind of looks worse than it is, because of this cloth thing, or not cloth. I just call it cloth. This is aluminum. Oh, you're saying this is aluminum? Yeah. This might be aluminum. This is pretty thick, actually. At least it feels quite thick. But yeah, I don't know what this is. It's definitely not cloth. It's got a very grippy, rubbery feel to it, and feels really kind of stiff and thick. I don't love the way that it looks, and again, I think they could have done a better job of routing that, but I don't know that I'm super concerned. It feels like it's got a fair bit of slack still. I mean, this is the max height it can go, right? And we've got room to move a little bit. There's a zip tie. Yeah, there's a zip tie. But I don't think the zip tie is supposed to be removed. That zip tie down here looks like it's an added strain relief, because otherwise, if there's any pull, it would be pulling on whatever this ribbon's or this cable's attached to, unless there's another strain relief inside. No, there's not. I'm looking at it right now. So this cable passes through here, and then there's a plug, it looks like, on the back for the thermistor and heater. So yeah, the zip tie right here is your strain relief. It basically takes all pull off of that and puts it at this point right here on the cover. Yeah, I think it's just the cover over the cable. I don't know. I don't know that it's silicone, Zombie. It's possible. The feel of this doesn't feel familiar to me. Kind of rubbery. To me, it feels thicker than what silicone would be, but I mean, it could be fixed silicone, I guess. I don't know. Oh, underneath the frame. I can check later. I don't want to lift it right now, but yeah, it's possible. But yeah, it's more like, I don't think it's going to cause issues. I just don't love it. I think that, why is this so stuck? 1 second. Why is this so damn stuck? Sorry, buddy. This tripod is really stuck. I don't know why it's so stuck, but it is not wanting to move now. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I'm tempted to change your guys'. It's so weird. I can't move these tripod legs at all anymore. Awesome. Let's change it to here really quick. You guys can see through the side. Yeah, I don't know what the heck happened. They like completely... Oh, there we go. Oh, did it break? No. Wow. The little part... Oh, God. Well, the tripod is not broken fully, but definitely... All right, I got it. That wasn't fun. That was not fun at all. All right, jeez. There we go. What did we drop? What is your favorite printer in your collection? Oh gosh, that is such a hard question to answer. I don't know, man. There's quite a few printers that I have that I like for different reasons. Like the Switchwire is, for some reason, I love my Switchwire, and I realize it's a bed slinger, but I love it. I don't know what it is about it. I love my Switchwire. I've really grown, like the P1P and the X1 Carbon. I think I prefer the X1, I suppose. But after the upgrades on it, I love them both. They're fast. I don't do much. Well, I did mod this one, but I don't do much with them. But they work, and they've been workhorses for me for the P1P not as long because it's newer, but the X1 Carbon for a really long time. The Mercury 1.1 is definitely up there for me, partially because of how much time has gone into it. But it's just a rad. It's just a rad build. I don't know, man. My first V0 is definitely near and dear to my heart. Absolutely. I just don't know. Did you just sign on a filament buffer solution for the ERCF? I haven't. It came with the it came with parts to do the carrot patches, so I'm probably gonna try that and see how it goes. I just have no idea how I'm going to mount or do any of these things. Like I don't have, other than going in the garage, I don't have a place in here to sort of permanently mount things. So I don't entirely know. But right now, probably carrot patch and like as a first stop and see how that goes. I am building a 2.4 Zombie. I need to reach out to Fabrico. I told him 3 days ago that if I haven't heard from him, I'd reach out in a month to see what the status is. He was waiting on a shipment of the LDO 2.4s to come in, so hopefully soon. I really want to build a 2.4, I really do. Yeah, I love my first V0 because it was my first Voron and my first rendezvous with Clipper, and I just have a lot of memories with it. Some good, some bad. It was frustrating, but it was a really fun build too. My favorite is my KP3S because it's the only one I have. That's a great reason. I only have an Ender 5 Pro. Worst decision I made when buying a printer. The Ender 5 Pro is not bad. I mean, I guess it depends on when you bought it, but it's not bad. The cantilever bed is the worst part of it, I suppose. But there's worse options out there. There is a way to mount the carrot patch to rep racks. That's cool. Yeah, but the issue with rep racks too, though, Zombie, is like to have a rep rack, I'd have to put it up probably on the wall in here, which would, the only place I could really think of it going would be the corner over here, which I could move the P1P out to the garage and put something here that can be compatible with it, but I just don't have a whole lot of surface area for it, and I kind of like rotating printers out of here, although the cube's been here for a long time. Yeah, rep rack, I've been, kids room, oh my god, Aaron would not let me. Nothing. Zombie was suggesting to put a filament rack in Jackson's room. Huh? She said never. Cough, trident cough. It's an evolutionary process. Yeah, I've wanted a rep box for a long time. I want to support Pooch and Repcord because I love Pooch and Repcord. But also because I think that it would be useful. But I haven't made the leap yet, mostly because I don't know where I'm gonna put it. This is looking good. Sorry, checking phone really quick. This is looking good. It's like a keypad, kind of up arrow, down arrow, left arrow, right arrow, with a secondary color. It's 80% done. Every kid needs a rep rack. Rep rack, yeah. I mean, we don't have anything on the walls right now, so it's not a terrible idea. They're really plain. Although we're thinking like, so our lease is up in June, and baby Jackson is going to be in our room until then. We have a bassinet beside the bed, which, like, with how often he needs stuff right now, he's going to stay in there for a while. We also moved the changing table from his room to our room because of convenience. Having to walk down the hall to his room every time you got to change a diaper is just unnecessary. So diaper stations in our room, and we're probably going to keep them in our room, I would imagine, until our lease is up in June. And then I just talked to the property owners, and they said that they're fine with signing because we want to buy. I just don't know what's happening with the economy, and so I want to hold out for at least another like 6 months or so. And so they said they were fine with us doing a short lease. So hopefully we'll stay here, and when we do move and we end up purchasing at some point, whenever that ends up being, I will do a lot more in terms of like painting walls, putting wood planks on walls, like just a lot more stuff. Because we've always rented, I'm scared to do things that I'll have a hard time undoing. So K2 clip, kids toy coming soon, yeah. Welcome to never being allowed over, Liz and K. I figured out your last name, totally not because I was looking for it. And my last name is Gonos, it's spelled G-O-N-O-S. My dad's side of the family, he's Greek. Well, I guess it's a Greek last name. Okay, so it's dropping low. I think it looks great. Spinning figurines mobile is so last decade. Spinning spools. Yeah, exactly. It's perfect. All right, so this looks good. I don't actually know what I'm looking for yet, but okay, print's finished. Okay, it says 100%. Check Z offset calibration. Let's see, so it says if the surface of differently colored areas are flush with each other, then the Z offset calibration is success. If not, you need to do the calibration again. Gotcha. So basically, if where these meet. There's a gap in X and Y, but I don't know that. I mean, it would be, that feels, I mean, it feels good to me. If not, you need next, tap next, check the XY. Okay, I think that's fine. So we agree, storing filament in a kid's room is a great way to decorate. I guess storage, you know, storage is one thing. But yeah, I don't think I'm getting that by Aaron. All right, so I think we're fine on Z. Like, I don't, it's really hard to tell with white filament how tall it is, but I don't see any like obvious height difference. So now it says it's gonna check XY. It says remove the model from the PEI glass bed and try breaking off the outer squares from the model. The 4 squares can all be broken off. Oh yeah, wait, if they can all be broken off? Okay, it's a strange. All right, some destructive testing. Yeah, I would say that can be broken off. I would say that can be broken off. I mean, I would say yes. I would say that's, I don't really, well, that one left a little bit of color. That one came off clean. I assume that's fine. I actually dry my clothes on my rep rack. Nice. Yeah, I think that's good. I don't know if that was a real scientific test of whether my offset's good, but sure. Complete. Let's see. To improve the print quality when vibration computation is enabled, you can calibrate the computation frequency according to the prompts on the touchscreen. Okay. Let me, one sec. Let me remove all this off the bed. All right. Cool. So next, start. Load filament. Tap go and load to load PLA of distinct colors. Okay, they're already loaded. Okay, I guess we're printing a calibration model for the input shaping. So maybe it's not, it doesn't use an accelerometer, it uses a print method. Gotta break out your calibration camera tool thing you showed off. I don't know, we'll have to see if that would even work on this. I don't know if they give you the option to manually input values or whether you have, I would like for them to give you the option to manually input values. Having a failsafe is always a good thing, but I don't know for sure if they do. Okay, so this is, we're preheating again. Probably stream for another 20 or 30 minutes. I'm going to be ordering pizza in a little bit here for dinner. So it's not you guys, it's me. I gotta figure out my pizza plans. But we'll print a little bit longer. We'll see what's going on. I want to get through the initial calibration. I kind of want to plug in the flash drive and see what their software looks like, or what the options are. If I can use Super Slicer or Prusa Slicer with this. Pizza, you better have brought enough to share with the class. Of course I did. I told Jackson, I was like, I can't wait for you to try pizza, little man. It'll be a while, but I'm excited to, we are at 96 likes. If you have not liked, please smack the like button. I don't see any filament coming out. Okay, I see filament coming out. The calibration camera is a great idea for this. Oh yeah, for the Sova SVO4, it's a night and day difference. For this, with it being automatic, I don't think I would use it. However, if there was ever an issue with the automatic calibration, or for example, like let's say you were using a nozzle that wasn't compatible with their little touchpad things, it would be nice to be able to use. It would be nice to be able to use that as an option. Woohoo! 103 likes. It says 102 on my end, but well, I'll take it. 104, nice. Thank you guys. I have a feeling this is going to ramp up speed. I think that as this goes, it's going to the acceleration is probably going to kick up every couple layers, and it's creating those gaps similar to what the Clipper the Clipper input shaper manual print method looks like. 106. 106, I see that. 107, 107, going once, going twice. 108, you guys are nuts. Hey, Viking, it's going good, man. It is going good. We, We started building the ERCF today. We got about, I don't know, a fraction of a percent into it before I cracked a couple parts. I guess my my printing was just not good. I didn't apparently print with high enough temperature or low enough speed or high enough flow, and they split along the layer line. So we instantly called it quits on that. And then this showed up, 115 likes, you guys are crazy. This showed up this morning. It wasn't supposed to come till tomorrow. I've been in talks with Snapmaker for probably 4 or 5 months on getting one of these units in. So I had no idea when it was showing up. And then I just got tracking like yesterday and it showed up today. So I was like, hey, we can, as a fallback plan, we can open this up. So we've been playing around with this, which has been pretty positive. The loading filament was the hardest part, which probably isn't complicated. They have very step-by-step instructions for everything except how to load the filament in this thing. And then the bed cable down here, we don't really love the way it looks. It just looks bad, but I think it's mostly just the cover for it that makes it look kind of janky. But there's plenty of slack. There is a strain relief that is zip tied to, so it's not actually putting any strain on it. But yeah, I would like for this to be just a little bit longer. Like an extra, I don't know, like that much more, so there's a little bit more slack. Let me create like 10 accounts. No fake accounts. No fake accounts. Is that a mains bed? I don't know. And if it is, I probably shouldn't be yanking on it. I don't know if it's a mains bed. I'd have to probably look underneath. I kind of don't think it's a mains bed, Alien. It looks like it's a PCB bed heater. And I don't know that I've seen, have I seen PCB bed heaters that are mains? I feel like they're usually silicone, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they do have PCB. I don't think they, maybe, I'm not sure. I'm reprinting some rat rig parts. Nice. And I increased the temp by 10C to 270. Yeah, I need to do the same, man. Yeah, I need to do the same. Yeah, it's probably not, Alien. Yeah, if it is, I probably should not be, while it's on, yanking on it or pulling on it. That's not the kind of show I'm trying to put on. Yeah, my stomach is growling. Whew. Thank you everybody for hanging out today. I seriously missed everybody. I'm glad that there's a lot of familiar faces and even new people today. Super excited to get back into the swing of things again next week. Oh, look at that, it's cranking up speed. Next week, we are starting on the Cyborg 0.2 build, which I'm gonna try to finish a little bit quicker than some of my other V0 builds. I'm gonna target 3 to 4 streams. Will that happen? I don't know, it's me, so, but let's put that out there. And then we will revert back to probably ERCF or 2.4. And, well, yeah, thank you. I'm not ending it right this second, just saying thank you to everybody. It was a lot of fun. And also thank you everyone for the support. I think we had like a couple of shirts, a hat, and a lot of memberships and donations. I thank you everybody. Again, really appreciate it. What are the capabilities of this printer? Like speeds can it push? They claim pretty aggressive speeds, and based off of what I had seen on 3D Print General's channel, I think it can actually hit pretty quick speeds. Let's see what they claim. So they claim 10K acceleration and up to 350 millimeters a second of printing speed. So we'll see if that's reality. But even if I get, man, like 8K acceleration and 250 millimeters a second, I'd be happy with it. So pretty damn fast. Yeah. If this thing ends up being quite reliable, I have a lot of plans for it. I have a lot of plans for it. Yeah. I have a video in mind. That I'll be doing either this next Saturday, not this one coming up, but the following. Probably not this Saturday, but the following. There'll be a video, not on this particular printer, but on this printer doing a thing that I've been wanting to try out for a long time. We know where Jackson's appetite comes from. Yes. Yeah, both Aaron and I, we were eating, Aaron and I were up, I think it was like 1 in the morning last night, and I poured Aaron a bowl of Frosted Flakes, and I had Frosted Mini Wheats, and we were just eating cereal on the couch with Jackson. He wasn't eating cereal, but you know, hanging out on the couch. And then he was hungry, and I told Aaron, I was like, well, he probably saw us eating. I was like, I want food too. Strange looking benchy, yeah. Yeah, a little different. So yeah, it looks like every segment, it's increasing input shaper. So it's probably, or not input shaper, acceleration. So it's probably going to bounce up again. It looks like it's getting to a similar height. So I'm curious to see what it looks like once we get to the top of this. Well, Lisa say, if we can prevent Alien from distracting, oh yeah. Yeah, I won't hold my breath. Just finished up yesterday my new toolhead design for the SP5. Changed out my Mosquito Magnum with the ultra high flow Rapido. Ooh, nice. So running that with an orbiter, way more solid design than previously. How are you liking the Rapido so far? I'm gonna buy one very soon here because it's like the one hot end that I know so many people swear by, and it's like the one hot end I just haven't seen or played around with. Hey, what's up, Gamer Geek? How's it going? Okay, we've hit the next level. Is it going faster? I don't know. It doesn't give me any information down here. I don't know. This might just be because it's part of the calibration, but it says calibration model, shows a picture of it, and then it has, you know, how far it is, how long it thinks it has left, and the current temps on hot end and bed. I'm curious to see what it'll look like when I actually slice up something, what the interface is like. It does have wireless printing, which is nice. It also has a flash drive port on the front, which I imagine you can print from. Okay, it is going faster. Yeah. I imagine by the time this thing gets to the top levels, because we're at 50%, so I imagine it's got 2 more levels. It's probably gonna be boogieing. Yeah, everyone I know loves the Rapido. I don't think I've really heard bad about it. Bit of a shame it's so much more expensive compared to the Bamboo printer. It's not though, is it? Like the X1 Carbon, which would be, I would say what you'd probably compare this to, if, I mean, is $1,000. And so we're talking $300 more. But if you get the Bamboo and you want to print multi-material, then you've got to go with the AMS, which is it $299 or $399? So then you're paying more for the Bamboo than you are for this. So I don't know that I would say, I don't know if I would say that it's really more expensive. The plus side for this is, like, again, the AMS is awesome for multicolor. It's like the best multicolor experience I've ever used. However, you waste a lot of filament. With this, you waste substantially less filament. Granted, you're limited to 2, but if you're using it for like engineering stuff or realistically, like any of the functional printing I would ever need, I would say 2 colors is plenty for. And if you're getting it for functional stuff, then all you would need is, you know, breakaway, 1 head for main material, 1 head for breakaway, or 1 head for main material, 1 head for water soluble. So yeah, not a huge difference in price. Yeah, I definitely hear it going quicker now once it's hitting those inner loops. I've barely had time to test it, but it seems good so far. I can give you a better answer tomorrow. I need to tighten one of the belts for the tool head. It was snagged a bit too close. Okay. Well, if you're around, hop in next Wednesday to the stream. You usually do, Viking. But if you are, let me know what you think, because that'll be a week roughly. Oh, it'll be exactly a week. $1,300 for IDEX. Yeah, $1,300 for IDEX is good. I agree, especially if we're considering that, like, again, linear rails, XY, all metal hot end, direct drive. Calibration that pretty much is all automatic, other than, I mean, maybe not automatic, but damn close to automatic. Yeah, still going, Roy. Not for too much longer. Got pizza on my mind. Gotta figure that out. It's only $65.99 for the ultra high flow Panzer. I thought that their hot ends were closer to $100. I just saw a TikTok where a guy was making fidget toys. That's cool. That's super cool. I would love to make purge or waste material that I can like give away to kids or something like that, instead of just, if I'm home, I will, yeah, no worries. I won't hold you to it, Viking. If you've got life things going on, don't feel bad, man. Saw a video where a guy printed same design, changing the purge ratio from 1 to .1, and there was no real difference except less waste. Interesting. On, we're talking Bamboo, Lisa, or something different? For most places, they're, yeah, $100 is what I saw for it. Hey, Turtle! No, I showed off the updates on the Mercury earlier. I was too excited to not show it off. I kind of explained what the issue was with the aluminum extrusions. The Canbus I showed off. We didn't print, but I just kind of showed it because I was excited. Sensorless homing, and then I just got a shipping tracking info from Big Tree Tech for the TFT35 SPI for the CB1, so I will be installing clipper screen on it. And then we started the ERCF. We got about a fraction of a percent into it before I cracked the first two parts. It just seems that the layer adhesion was quite poor on the gates, like the main gate parts. So I'm gonna reprint them probably on this. I feel like it's a really good excuse to test out ABS printing on this at higher temp. We'll print it at higher temp and then we'll return to it. Next week we're starting a 0.2 build, but yeah. I finished updating the thumbnails for Orca. Oh, sick! Do you have a plan of when you're gonna release those publicly, Turtle? Because I made a video on Orca Slicer, well, not really on Orca Slicer, but on the flow calibration, and somebody asked about the Mercury 1.1, and I mentioned that you had created them, but I don't know if they were public yet, and to check in the Discord. They're on 45% sale right now? Can you link me in live stream, Panzer? If you link me, I'll buy one right after the stream. Oh, bamboo, nice, okay. That's good to know, Lisa. I've definitely played a little bit around with the adjusting of the flow ratio. Or flow, like, I'm sorry, purge ratio, but not nearly as much as I could. Alien, also, you asked about the noise. As it's getting noisier, there's vibrations happening. And it sounds like it's the panels. Or is it the roof? It's the roof. Yeah, the roof's vibrating a little bit. That chatter is kind of annoying as it's making those inward turns. But the noise goes away when I put my hand on it. So I guess if we do figure out a way to just have the spools on the top using like some kind of roller setup, then it wouldn't be an issue. But yeah, that's annoying, the vibration of the top when it's doing those inner motions. I'll share a video. Yeah, please do, Lisa. We can of course have a chat on Discord anytime it's suitable too. I'm usually there every day. Yeah, that works as well. Absolutely. I used a hard drive as a tool, Turtle. I was using my thumbs to push the push the PTFE fittings together that were really tight, and then I looked to my right and remembered I had a perfectly good 3.5 inch hard drive that worked really well. So I'll do a pull request soon. Their post. Oh, sweet. You think that they'll get merged into like Orca slicers? You won't have to add them after. Just put some Kansas to top. Yeah, I would say ASA and ABS are very similar. ASA has UV resistant properties to it. I also feel like ASA smells a little bit less and might warp a hair less, but man, that could be just be speculation on my part and not actual facts. I don't know. Did you tag me, Panzer? Please do. If you didn't, I want to order it. I assume they will. Yeah, that'd be awesome if they just merge it. And also, because that slicer is getting popularity, it'd be cool for people to be like, what is this? Mercury 1.1, and then they look into it. Okay, so this is done. It says, observe the marked areas as illustrated on the X and Y sides of the model. Find the one with the most unapparent vertical ripples on each side. Tap next to select on the touchscreen. Okay. So the first one looks really obvious to me. So for the Y, we're looking at ripples, right? To me, this one in the center here clearly has the least amount of ripples. Bottom maybe too, but I don't know if the bottom counts as one. But to me, middle, like a lot of ripples in there. That looks similar. Middle looks the best. Okay, so let's go next. Okay, so for Y, I'm thinking, yeah, so the bottom one doesn't count. So definitely this center one right there is the best one. So let's do that. So it's gonna be 2 from the bottom. So look at it, it's kind of cool. So all it has you do is choose which one. So the bottom one doesn't count, and then we've got 4 options. The second one was the best. Now we're doing for X, so let's check out X. X is on this side, and I would also say, let's see, I would also say second looks the best. Top looks the worst, that looks pretty bad. Bottom's not great. I would say the second one as well looks the best. Thank you, Panzer. So we'll do second as well on this. Bam. Next. ASA shrinks less, but makes me more nauseous. Yeah, I think that everyone has a little bit. Enclosure for the Mercury OG, any good ones out there? If I needed a new hot end, I'd be buying the Rapido at like 40% off. Yeah, I'm definitely buying it. I will use it in something. Cool, calibration complete. Wizard complete. Oh my god, oh my god. Sick. All right, let's get, well, like, I'm gonna end the stream probably in like 15 minutes because I don't think I can hold out any longer. But let's do a quick little peek here. Control menu. So we've got extruder. We can manually move each axis. Heated bed. Motors. We can turn motors on or off. I don't see any. Let's see if there's any calibration stuff. Let's see. Calibration. Okay, so this will take you through all the calibration. Can you go through? Oh, cool. You can go through individual calibration things. You don't have to do all of them, which is good. And then settings, firmware, Wi-Fi, language, about, machine settings, filament run out, on or off. Okay, there is a filament run out. So yeah, it doesn't look like there's any manual way to set the XY offset, which is a little bit of a bummer. Let's see if there's anything on this flash drive. I'd love to just fire off a print really quick so we can see how it looks. And then I could bid everyone adieu until next time. Does this printer come home Z with the nozzle tips? Yes. No. Z at homes. I don't think that's right. So there's a switch. It homes bottom. There's a switch on the very bottom back here. But it does do all the offsets. Underneath the bed, there's 3 pads. So one on top of each of these knobs. And so it basically helps you with kind of like Clipper with the assisted leveling. It just keeps bouncing and then you adjust it until it says, hey, that's great. It hasn't created a mesh. So I just realized that, right? It hasn't created a mesh. But it did automatically do like the XY offsets pretty much perfectly. Looks like they spent some time making a nice UI for the touchscreen, even better than the Ultimaker S5. Oh yeah, you have an Ultimaker at work, right, Turtle? Because I was just saying, like, it kind of reminds me of an Ultimaker, as far as like some of it. But the Ultimakers aren't bad printers at all. I was saying earlier, like, someone said it looks like an Ultimaker. I'm like, well, yeah, Ultimakers look great. It's not the look that's the issue. It's the price. They're really steep. But yeah, it definitely has that polished feel as far as the look of it, and the UI is quite nice. It's been probably 1.5 years since I've touched the S5 and printed with it. But yeah, I would say that the UI does seem very close, if not a little bit nicer on here. Tap the screen to select a file, so just touch anywhere. Okay, USB's empty. Interesting, really? Oh, so we've got some stuff on here. Benchies. Sure. XY belt calibration. I don't know what that is. Let's just do the benchies. 22-minute benchies, dual benchies. Yeah, so it homes at the bottom, which I don't know that I love, but it's at least quick, fairly quick. The SRS screen really walks people through every step. Yeah, this definitely, the only thing that I had any confusion on was how the hell do I load the filament? That was not clear at all. There was no, you'll have to go back, I can show you later how the tubes go in from the top. It was not very clear to me, but everything else was like, man, I mean, I don't know if Jackson could have done it, but like, it was almost like baby friendly, very, very friendly, all of it. The easiest setup I've ever seen on an IDEX printer. I think I can say that. Yeah, no, I can definitely say that. Looks like it's sold out for shipping to the US, only available in the EU. Oh no, you're saying that the, you're talking about the hot end Panzer? Okay, so we're preheating. We'll let it print. I won't go for the full 20 minutes. We'll let it print for like 10 minutes, then I'm gonna go. Ooh. Let's see. Snapmaker Splat. Panzer. Oh, is it not a dual? I thought it was a dual. Maybe it's a single one. Ah, oh, bummer. Yeah, it shows $100. Yeah, no discount. Well, I'll get it eventually. Interesting. I thought for sure this was going to be a dual extrusion print. Pretty fast. Pretty fast. Yeah. So it automatically did the Z calibration turtle. I didn't like, so the Z offset I had to kind of do. Basically, it has you loosen, it measures the first nozzle, right? Using the touch off, like the conductivity of it. And then you loosen 2 screws on the right one, it takes it over there and it does the same thing where it probes it up and down. But to drop it or raise it, it's a lever. And so you just move the lever a little bit back and forth, and then it shows you like a bar of whether you're getting closer or further away. It was really intuitive. Like I have to get, like, considering I've used BCN 3D machines, I've used Maker Gear machines, I've used Raze's machines, it was very intuitive. I don't know what minds were behind that, but yeah, they nailed the calibration stuff on this. Not as fast as my clipperized KP3S. Really? KP3S goes quicker? Yeah, so it does a slow outer wall. Boogie's on the infill. It's a what did I say, 20-minute benchy? So it's jumping up to, it looks like, okay, so I was curious, right, about what the screen showed while it was printing. So now we can see it. So it does show the name of the file. I don't see a thumbnail. I wonder if that's something that you can add. Temps, it looks like it's going up to 300 millimeters a second at the highest point. The slowest point is around 40, then 150, 160, 100. So depending on the spot, it looks like, I saw it hit 300 for a second. You can see the fans. You can see, let's see, under adjust, what do we got here? So we can change the heat, it looks like, on the fly. We can adjust the bed on the fly. We can adjust Z offset on the fly. So that's an automatic value. I didn't generate that. We can bump up speed. We can bump up flow rate. We can change the fan. What's backup mode? I don't know what backup mode. Oh, backup mode, that's cool. Something tells me that I don't know for sure, but in my mind, backup mode means if it runs out of filament on the left side, it's grabbing filament from the right side to continue the print. I'm almost positive that's what that means. And if that's the case, that's freaking cool. That's a really cool feature. KP3S is mad. I have my KP3S running a clipper. I guess I just probably haven't pushed it to its limits yet. For a pre-built printer, this is a solid speed for quality benchy print. Yeah, I completely agree. I think that, like, I mean, I know that the Bamboo has really set a standard for, you know, an off-the-shelf printer, but for so far, this is quite impressive. And the IDEX capabilities is something that, again, not everybody needs it, but man, for those that do, like in a prototyping, like let's say you're working in a place where you're wanting to prototype something that you know is going to be injection molded, and so you don't want to have to use the constraints of FDM 3D printing, so you use water soluble supports, although it's expensive and it's slower, to be able to print some geometries that wouldn't be possible without it. And then you know, verify your form and fit, whatever, verify your design, and then send it off to get a mold made. Like, this is sweet. I obviously I need to do a lot more. I'm just saying, from the initial look over it is majorly thumbs ups. The things I don't like are, I wish the heated bed wire was slightly different. I wish the front panels didn't have large gaps in them for airflow. Again, for PLA, who cares? But for ABS, it would be nice if they were tighter towards the frame or just had some kind of insulation around them. And the instruction on loading the filament wasn't very straightforward, but that's it. Like, I mean, those aren't very big nitpicks. I mean, those are nitpicks more than anything. I think that the biggest deal out of all those is the front doors. They should have done a better job with it, in my opinion. Maybe cut the filament and see. I can do that. I can do that. All right, so let's do this. So this will be the last thing we'll do, and then we're gonna end the stream. So I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna go adjust. We're gonna scroll down, we're gonna go to backup mode. We're gonna enable backup mode. On, cool. Can I not go back? There we go. Okay, so backup mode's on. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to lift this up like this. If it has that feature, that is a very cool feature. Also, again, for production, what the hell is going on here with the tripod? Why do I keep... Oh, I just can't bring that. All right, here we go. Okay, here we go. So let's lift this off. For production environment, if that does that, that's really cool though. So, taking off top panel. And I want to cut it real short. So let's see if I can just go like this. I don't know if I can do it without screwing up the, yeah, I can. Okay, so we're cutting you. Okay. All right, let's see what happens. If it does that, it's just so freaking cool, you know, especially if you're running a big print, like, I'm gonna run out. I know that the AMS can do that now, but I'm just saying, like, that it is not a feature that a lot of IDEX printers have. So let's see what happens. As long as you can get a sub 30-minute quality benchy, I can't complain. Yeah, I agree. Okay. Yep, left tool head parked, right tool head's heating up. That's freaking cool. It instantly, instantly, right? It sensed it, it parked it. Look at that. Now we've got left tool head is set to 0, right tool head's heating up to 215. That's so cool. Yeah, that is so cool. There's been quite a few times where, you know, like I print something, I think I got enough. And yeah, even if you have a filament runout sensor that catches it, being able to just load in a second spool and be like, hey, just tap into it, that is so cool. I found out with the AMS, it just swaps to the next spool, doesn't look for the same color. Oh, interesting. I think that it will search Turtle, if I'm not mistaken, don't quote me on it. Because I had talked about this feature way before they implemented it and emailed them about it. And it sounded to me like it will search for the spool if you use one of their NFC tags. Is it NFC? Yeah, NFC tags. But I think that if it's your own spool, it just searches for the same type of filament. I don't think it takes the color into account, which is super silly. It should be real simple to make that a rule, like as, you know, use same filament type or require same color. I don't use their filament anymore, so I haven't tested. Yeah, I have a few spools of their filament. I like their filament. I don't see anything wrong with it. You know, it works well, and all. But yeah, I don't really get it. It's usually if I'm placing an order with them, I'll just be like, I'll order a little bit of that. Okay, so it's doing that. Hopefully it'll clean itself. Nope, didn't clean itself well. So that's a bummer. I'm pulling that, but it tried to. Let me tell it to use 4 as a backup for 2 or whatever. I did not use 4 backup for 2 or whatever I tell it. Yeah, I think they had told me that they're coming out with new filaments, so hopefully they expand on their line. But yeah, this is looking great. I don't see any obvious offset. Yeah, it needs to wipe better. But I mean, still very cool. I don't think it would have caused the print to fail. It just would have had a string hanging off the side of it. But yeah, can't complain. Initial impressions are rad. Things I'm curious about are the slicer. I read somewhere when I was doing a little bit of digging on this thing that the slicer is kind of meh. But I also read somewhere that the team was working on creating slicer profiles for possibly other slicers. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. But yeah, as far as hardware goes, and firmware, really, it's hard to complain. It's got input shaping, very automated, looks great. I don't really know what to complain about at this point. Again, other than my small nitpicks, which I think are all valid points that can make it better, but it's very solid for what it is. Having a random string on a filament swap mid-print wouldn't bother me if it saved the print. Oh yeah, me neither. It wouldn't make any difference, especially again, if I was doing this and I wanted it to be I knew a filament spool was going to be running out, I would just have the same color, so you wouldn't even be able to know. Yeah, for 1300, this looks rad. I agree. I can definitely see, again, we'll see what they do, and see, I'm curious to see, right now, the nozzles are brass, which isn't a huge deal, but I would love to be able to print abrasives on this, so I'm curious about the tool head, or the extruder gears, whether those are hardened or not. So yeah, we'll see. I can post a photo of this later on. But on that note, I am going to end the stream. I'm going to do help Aaron out a little bit with picking up, and then going to order some pizza. And I hope everyone has great dinners. And if you want pizza, get some pizza. You deserve it. It's Wednesday. You've made it halfway through the week. But anyways, again, I want to say, I don't know, it's very awkward with like this big thing in the middle here. Let me go this side here. But again, I wanted to say thank you to everybody for one, understanding me needing to take some time off with Jackson being born. Two, all of the crazy support leading up to it, both like baby gifts, well wishes. There was an insane level of support, and all of the kind wishes after when I let everyone know that he was born. And I definitely missed everyone. I'm excited for getting back in the groove of Wednesday streams, and starting next week, we will be building the Cyborg 0.2, so I will get that posted by tomorrow latest, so that way, if anyone wants to set a reminder, you're able to do that. But yeah, on that note, thank you everyone for being amazing. As always, I appreciate you all, and I'll post the end result benchy in the Discord. I think that's all I got for right now. I need to print out some ERCF parts apparently, because mine suck. So on that note, have a wonderful rest of your night, everyone. Wonderful week, and I will catch you all next time. All right, y'all. Talk to you later. I gotta go see what